You are now in the arena. Welcome to Gridiron, presented by Underdog. Woo, woo. My name is Kinsey. I am your host. I fly helicopters and planes, so I can definitely pilot these boys. And I have a great panel today. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, Skip Bayless.
Hey.
We have Super Bowl champion who got to show off that this weekend. That was nice. 5-time Pro Bowler and 2-time All-Pro cornerback, Aqib, Talib.
Yeah.
And welcome back, All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowler, defensive tackle, one of the most disruptive D tackles in his generation, Gerald, McCoy. Also, welcome back from your golf world tour. We've got the 4-time Pro Bowler and the man you want having your back at all times, Richie, Incognito.
Pumped to be back.
Now, wait a second. Aren't you going to congratulate me? Because we made our first bet and you gave me the Giants in 7?
Good job, Skip.
Way to go. Thank you.
Good job, Skip.
How did Jackson Dart score 32 on the vaunted Broncos defense? I can't wait to talk about that.
The best defense in the league, Aqib.
Superstar.
It wasn't Jackson Dart.
Wait. I said superstar.
If y'all saw superstar
for 3 quarters.
He's headed
for 3 quarters in a 2-minute drive.
If
His
y'all
star
saw superstar
ran
game,
out.
We ain't watched the same game. They're like that.
So you owe me what? No, I don't think I should be drinking what you're
Nah,
drinking.
I owe you this. A tall cup of water.
Cheers. Cheers.
A nice tall cup of water. Yeah, his shiny star ran out, but he was shining for a little bit.
For 3 quarters.
3 quarters.
He was not, but
We'll talk about it.
okay.
Yeah, we're going to get into it. First things first, this episode, of course, is presented by Underdog. If you are new to Underdog, today is the day. You get $100, I said $100, in bonus funds if you play just $5 with code GRIT. So win or lose. To kick off the NBA season tomorrow, there is a site-wide KD gimme pick, and you do not want to miss. Plus, there's daily promos all month long. Underdog is available in most states, including Georgia, Texas, Missouri. So go support the show, support us, and use code GRID. We have a packed show today. Obviously, a crazy day of football yesterday. We've got to talk about the Eagles, the Giants, Broncos, wild game, Jackson Dart, Dylan Gabriel. And, of course, we got a doubleheader tonight, so we are going to dive into that. But first, I got to talk about Maynard's. We got to start there.
Do.
So they were on prime time. Wasn't the most interesting game, but they beat the Falcons, okay? A team that last week beat the Bills, okay? We also have our backup quarterback, no receivers, no Nick Bosa, no Fred Warner. It's like the list continues. So, Skip, even with all the injuries, are the Niners a threat to win the NFC?
You know, Kinsey, you bet they are.
Woo!
Yes, you bet. They're going to get Brock Purdy back for Houston next Sunday. They're going to get Ricky Pearsall back for Houston next Sunday. I just sat there. I was actually enthralled by your game last night because I couldn't believe the coaching job that Kyle and Saleh were doing on the Falcons. After what I saw the Falcons do to the Bills on Monday night, I just sat there and marveled that Saleh, who's now doing what he should have been doing all along, which is coordinating a defense as opposed to being the CEO and the head coach of an entire organization, that they held Atlanta to 292 total yards. That is highly impressive. And they don't bitch and moan about injuries. They just keep reloading. And they played a bunch of kids on defense I'd never even heard of before. And yet, I look at their free agent losses after Nick Bosa, obviously, and Fred Warner, and I'm saying they lost Dre Greenwald, they lost Ufanga, they lost Hargrave, they lost Debo, obviously, and Leonard Floyd and Banks and Jordan Mason. I just go on and on. It's like a completely different team with Mac Jones at quarterback who just makes little big plays that win the game. But I will put one big asterisk on what I'm talking about, which is there's one big tricky if. Christian McCaffrey has to stay healthy
100%.
The whole year.
100%.
And he now has 31 more touches than anybody else in the league, with Jonathan Taylor second. He now has 67 more yards from scrimmage than anybody else in the league. Bijan is second. And since Christian McCaffrey came into the league, he leads the entire league over 9 years in touches and yards from scrimmage. He will turn 30 in June after the season, but he's at the backside. And yet Kyle said last night was just a Christian McCaffrey game. That was the game plan going in. We are going to feed our little beast. And he's a little beast, and I didn't love him at Stanford because he kept getting beat up, and I just wasn't sure he could do it against you guys at this level. And he runs so hard. He powers through contact. He relishes contact. There's no Emmitt Smith in him, where Emmitt was always ducking and dodging and avoiding any big hits. So he's missed a bunch of games in his career. He's played 102 out of 139, so he's missed 37 games. I don't know. Help me out here. If you tell me he's upright and running as hard as he did last night, both carrying and catching, then they could be as good as anybody by the end of the year with that coaching staff.
I agree, Skip. Hey, Shanahan and Lynch, they just do a great job building their team. This almost year in, year out. They always got a bunch of injuries.
Yeah.
Yet they always a top 4, top 5 team in the NFC. So I just love how they produce stars, man. You look at Fonga, the guys who just the Broncos guy. You know, I'm going to talk about the Broncos a lot today. Greenlaw.
Yep.
Ufanga. Big Jones on the D-line. Them all San Fran products.
They are.
They just put out so many guys, man. They brand of football. They system on offense. Now that Salah is back, they system on defense.
Yep.
And the type of guy that they recruit, I say it again, they try to get me. Because I'm one of them type of guys.
You are.
I'm a San Francisco type of guy.
You are.
And it's why they went and got Richard Sherman.
Exactly. Because he's one of them type of guys.
He is.
Yep. I just love how they run their building. I've never been in there, but you can see it from the outside looking in. They plug and play. We run our system. We recruit certain type of guys, and they perform. They're going to have a right guard from Kansas. I'm telling you, he's going to be next to get a bag. Pooney, nice KU guy, been starting all year. Not a super high drafted guy, dominating. Don't miss games. He's going to be the next one to get a bag because he's one of them type of guys. They just do a great job building their building. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to Shanahan and Lynch, man.
That's a good phrase for it. They build
that building, man. So I just love how they recruit, how they the microscope that they look out of. I love it.
There's you always know when you have the 49ers, you're going to enjoy watching them play.
Yep.
It's just fun to watch play football. My only thing is with Fred Warner being out,
he might be back for playoffs.
We're going to go off what we know. He's not in there.
Yeah.
And the severity of, he knows this, you know this, the importance of a linebacker like him. He's the quarterback of your defense. And when you have to go up against the actual quarterback of the other side, there's a chess match with thinking. And he thinks faster than probably anybody you're going to have in the league. You're going to need that when you start going up against these top teams. As he checks, I have to know what I'm doing. The quarterback of the defense, they know everything about the defense, but they know everything about the offense. Same way the quarterback of the offense knows everything about the offense, knows everything about the defense. They the one who do the checks. They do the shifts. They look over at Aqib and say, hey, we doing this. And then Aqib pass to him. He look over and they doing, when they play the other top teams and that guy has to make that decision. That's the only thing. But everything else y'all said, love it, man. Love watching them play.
Okay,
love
so
the way
last night they plug in Tatum Bethune.
He go crazy.
Seventh round pick out of FSU.
Bro, go crazy.
And he had 10 tackles.
Well, that's why I said, the reason I say the top teams is because we're talking about the Atlanta team who, yes, they beat the Bills, but we all established the Bills ain't who we thought they were, or who most people thought they were.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But also they played a Falcons team who beat the Bills, but also lost 33-0 to the Panthers.
Yeah.
But also took the Bucks to the wire. And I mean, it's the NFL, so I can't go off. You beat them, so you.
No,
beat
I'm just
them,
saying. I'm
so
talking about. No, I'm talking about missing Fred Warner, like his importance when those times come up. But 49ers, they gonna compete. They are going to be one of those teams they have to beat. Shoot, they 3-0 in the division, and the Rams is the Rams, the Seahawks the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And they 3-0 in the division. So you know what I'm saying?
Like they said, Skip, Fred Warner wasn't in there. And Tatum Bethune, he looked like he was next.
He did.
He flew around like a starter. Tackles for loss, 10 tackles, 6 solos. He went crazy. He commanded the defense like he was next. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they build that building.
Yeah.
Oh, Richie.
I'll build off what Aqib said. I really admire how the 49ers have built this team. They draft well. Every person on the roster has a specific job to do. And they're very good at picking, okay, this is going to be our guy. This is going to be our guy. Even with all their injuries, are the 49ers a threat to win the NFC? I say absolutely. They're in the driver's seat right now. They're 5-2 after a physical win over the Falcons. We saw what the Falcons did to the Bills last week. The Bills not playing their best football right now, but still, that's a talented team. That's a well-coached team. No Fred Warner, no Nick Bosa. Salah had that young defense flying around. They started 5 rookies and 4 second-year players on that defense last night. And for them to come around, fly around, be physical, get after the passer, held the Falcons to 10 points. And the reason I think that the Niners can be a threat in January is because we saw the recipe last night. Feed CMC, play stingy defense, and make situational throws. Mac Jones makes a play here, makes a play there.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Just keep the chains moving. Now we have Brock Purdy coming back. That's their guy, the $260 million man. So I believe it'll open up the offense a little bit, some more downfield shots. But Christian McCaffrey last night, 129 rush yards, 2 TDs, 72 receiving yards. He looked great last night.
He did.
He was physical. He was downhill. He was making cuts. He was getting dirty yards. You know, that's the recipe in January. Run game, defense, control the clock.
If he can stay healthy.
The last thing I want to point out is the importance of George Kittle. Like we talking about Christian McCaffrey, he has been making most of his hay catching the ball. Last night, he did it on the ground.
They did.
Who was also back? George Kittle.
George Kittle.
He one of the best blocking tight ends in all of football. And that's what he do. That's why that run game is so plug and play. Because like y'all said, they know how to build and they put the right pieces in place. He came back last night. All of a sudden, the run game is just, no, it ain't just all of a sudden. George Kittle's back.
George Kittle's back. And you see he brings juice.
Oh,
He's breaking down the huddle.
For sure.
He's getting the boys going. I got a good story about George Kittle. George Kittle and I were in St. Bart a couple years ago. And we had a couple cocktails and we're getting after it. And George is explaining to me how much he loves wide zone blocking. We're literally in the middle of this beach club, and we're having drinks. Bottles are popping. They brought out they brought out a bunch of bottles on a Harley to some of our friends in Louisville, and George is sitting there talking my ear off about wide zone, letting the helmet out. And I was getting fired up. I was like, "Let's go, let's ride, baby!"
And also, Bijan had 40 yards rushing last night.
40 yards.
But I wanted to talk about that because last week we're like, he's the best running back.
He is RB1, man. And
that's what happened, though. When you crown him, guess what Robert Saleh did in that defensive room? This the guy.
This is the guy.
He the king of the NFL. He the best player. Listen to it. Listen to Raheem. Listen to Skip. Listen to Aqib Talib. All you do is you put that on the pedestal, and that's how you get your defense going. You know what I'm saying? It's the National Football League, man.
And you say, stop him, and let's see what they can do.
Exactly.
C-Mac, who works out with him in the offseason, took it personally and said,
you can see the look in his eye before the game. Before the game, when they showed both of them, you can see the look in his eye. It was almost like, this is no knock on Bijan, because he's still, Bijan, but he looked more of like, man, I'm playing against Christian. Christian looked like, nah, man.
No,
they've been talking a little too much about who's who. I'm about to show you.
Christian, we're going to give you the ball all game. You are our offense. We ride through you.
Okay, but will his wheels come off? What do you guys think?
I mean, it's always a big question with CMC. You know, the calf, the Achilles, both sides.
Right.
I mean, for a guy that explosive, that's very tough to overcome. If he stays healthy and he can produce like this in the postseason, we got magic.
Because like you said, we got guys coming back, so they won't have to depend on him as much. He'll still be the guy. But you won't have to depend on him as much. Get him out the game a few times.
Get a couple receivers back.
You never know.
Back. Get Ayuk back.
Does it look like he running real like on his heels though? Like I don't know.
You think he's running different?
It just looked weird to me.
All I know is he just made NFL history. 7 games, 100+ rush yards, and 70+ receptions.
The numbers look great, but if you see young, explosive CMC, then you see him. It's like he running. He worried about them damn calves. I didn't play with sore ass Achilles. It take me 30 minutes before practice. I'm warming up these Achilles. So I know how it look almost. I used to watch myself on tape like, damn, I'm running on my heels. When I first started, I don't want to, I'm like who the Chargers running back, he just took the step back and
Fight it.
Yeah.
it's like CMC, you see him take, he stepped lateral and
nervous.
so forth.
You talking about Najee?
Yeah, Najee. Remember how Najee, like usually running backs will take that nice hard step back and go.
Yeah.
Just watch CMC. He
Okay,
don't
but-
step back,
but
he
he-
step lateral and he go.
I know, but he ain't tiptoeing, man.
No, he ain't
He's
tiptoeing
going.
at all. I'm just saying, not running different, like scared. It's just, to me, like he's running on his heels.
Yeah.
A lot.
He know because I've had pulled calves, and that's the first
man,
thing you
It's
think
the worst.
about.
The calf
The
is the
pulled
worst.
calf, you think about it, you don't want
you.
like that right there is like you always a little.
It's just on his
apprehensive.
mind. He
Yeah.
thugging through it, but I've seen a lot of football. I've seen a lot of guys run. It's on his mind. I hope he stay healthy. I don't never want guys to get hurt.
Yeah.
I want him to stay healthy because he make the league interesting. He one of the guys that we need to
Yeah.
be playing
Yes.
for the league to be interesting. You know what I'm saying?
But Kyle rides him hard.
I know,
Exactly.
it's a little too. I think you take off the gas a little bit on him. Save him for the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's flip and look at the other team quickly.
Yeah.
So Michael Penix Jr. At Washington, I liked him, but I never could love him. After the championship game, it was a little shaky. Took a pounding. He starts to lose his accuracy, and they sit right there and take him 8th overall. And now, as he's become the starter, his QBR for the year, you love QBR, is 48, and he's ranked 22nd. And there were times last night when they needed one big throw. And he can really spin it, but he'll get a little wild, inaccurate when you least expect it, where you're like, what was that one?
Right.
Pass
Okay.
rush should do that to you.
Okay, well, there you go. And maybe that was
point.
it. But I don't know if we need to put a little asterisk on Atlanta last night because they do have Kirk Cousins making $40 million, and I'm not a Kirk Cousins guy, but Penix is way up and way down. They lost 30-0 at Carolina when he had a QBR of 10. So he's still a baby, and he's still
Right.
just riding the roller coaster, but he will ride it hard, man.
He an old baby, but he a baby.
He's an older
He
baby.
got banged up last night too.
Yeah, well, they knocked him around.
Yeah.
Michigan in the championship game really knocked him around.
I think,
Go ahead.
I think the blueprint for defenses against going to Atlanta is let's try and take away Bijan
Yeah, and make him- yeah.
let Penix beat us with his arm.
Yeah.
Subpar night. I mean, he does have arm talent. They kept highlighting it last
Yeah.
night. I mean, he can spin it. He can
Right.
shuck it. But last night he was reacting. He wasn't anticipating.
Right.
And I think what they really have to think hard about is they're still in this thing. They're sitting there at 3-4. Do we make the switch to Cousins? Because Cousins gives them everything that Penix isn't bringing right now. Rhythm and timing, play action, understanding protections, understanding hot routes. And so I think defenses, they have the recipe right now. Shut down Bijan if you can, and then make Penix beat you with his arm. And I just don't think he's there yet.
But not last night, but last week, Penix looked great. He threw the ball on time.
But they had the run game. They had the run game.
Yeah.
He threw the ball to Bijan. He threw the ball to London. It looked great. So, like Skip said, it's up and it's down, man. Sometimes it looked great. Sometimes it just looked. I didn't even think it looked real bad yesterday. It was just.
It didn't look bad.
It was just super regular. You know?
Okay.
That's what I say when I see
Yep.
Penix. You don't never look just bad, but sometimes you just look really regular. You know what I'm saying? That's just not going to win you a lot of games in the league. So
You know Raheem very well.
I do.
I think he's going to ride with this kid. I don't think,
think
he
is,
doesn't
too.
want to go back to
Because
Cousins.
we know what Kirk. I mean,
Yeah, we
You see
know.
it, you
we
know.
know what
Yeah.
Kirk.
And
gonna
Ryan's
do,
cut
like-
and dry, man. I played for Ryan too.
listen,
Ryan cut and dry,
Kirk-
man. Ryan, if you ain't it, you just ain't it. And he gonna nah.
Well, the issue is they went to Penix. He's their guy. They got to ride with him right now. But you look at how they started last year with Kirk Cousins. He was dealing. He was getting the
was.
ball out.
Yeah.
And now you got
was.
Bijan running the ball. So I think they got to answer some questions.
mean,
What is the
That's Kirk
direction of this
Cousins
thing?
though. That's the Kirk Cousins experience.
Exactly.
you
We
want-
know
Play
what
good
it
a
is.
couple
Want Kirk
days, a
back
couple
in?
games.
I'm
and then-
getting that feeling.
I'm not saying right now it's the time, but it's going to be the time really quick here. They got to make a decision because last night they were one big play. They were one.
And
toss.
Kurt would have made that
They
play.
they were
That
one
rush
drive.
last night, Kurt would have been hurt again.
Oh,
That's all he do is get banged up. He's a statue.
I think if Kirk's healthy, which he is,
That's the problem.
I think he gives them one or two drives that
'cause
wins
Kirk-
that game.
'cause remember-
It's such a close game. They shut down Bijan, so you need to win with your arm.
Well,
Right.
we got to do some revisionist history. When Kirk got hurt, when he came back, he was like this.
Oh,
Like,
he
he
was all
didn't
messed
want to
up.
move.
Oh, no.
He didn't want. So what you
But
think he
prior
gonna
to
do
that,
with that
he was
rush?
slinging.
What you think he gonna do with that rush? It ain't gonna get no better.
Man.
So I say if you're going to make a switch, Use the, he's a little banged up because of his knee, and you just play Kurt, see what you got. This is the time to do it because you have a built-in excuse. That last drive, he was hobbled. We're going to give him a week off.
Yeah.
Let his knee heal. Then this is your chance to see what we got. But if I'm them, I just play Penix, man.
Well, the chat has spoken. We've got 60% said that Penix is not the problem. And then my boys were riding with the Niners. I appreciate you guys. The chat is not.
Really?
65% of the chat says the Niners cannot win the NFC.
Damn.
Wow.
So we got to prove you guys wrong. I thought we were friends. We're not. Okay, let's move on to something that I know is going to get Skip a little riled up because he's a Micah Parsons hater. Okay, but yesterday.
I'm just not a lover.
Not a lover, okay. He had 3 sacks, which is a career high, and he also tied his career high with 5 QB hits. And, QB pressures. You said he waves at the quarterback, gets a QB pressure.
He was waving like a motherfucker.
He leads the NFL with 40 QB pressures. So whether he's waving or not, he's doing something to get those QB pressures.
No, if he just lines up, he gets a pressure. If he just lines up, he's going to rush. Oh, he's a pressure.
So, Skip, how impressed were you with Micah?
He's going to find a way.
He's going to find a way.
He's going to find a way.
You know he is.
Every time.
You did say that yesterday. Skip, how impressed were you with Micah's performance?
I got to toast Micah Parsons.
Ooh!
Diet Mountain.
That's huge.
Wait. Let's see what follows.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cheers to what?
Cheers, Micah. Bully for Micah Parsons. He whined last week. I don't get any holy call. Come on, give me a holy call. He wrote a check he needed to cash against Joe Flacco, or as I call him, Fluco, in that game at Green Bay. 4 quarters, Micah against the statuesque Joe Flacco had 0 sacks and 0 quarterback hits. They probably gave him 17 pressures. I don't know, but whatever. And so yesterday he's playing against a fairly immobile backup quarterback on his 7th team against an Arizona team that's now 2-5. And Micah Parsons came to play, and he had his best game of his career statistically, as you pointed out, 3 sacks, 5 quarterback hits. And yet, it always blows my mind that Micah played for 4 years for my Dallas Cowboys. 4 years, listen to this. And he never had a 3-sack game? Are you kidding? The next Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White, Charles Haley never had a 3-sack game in 4 years in Dallas, and in 4 playoff games that I watched all too closely, he had 1 late sack in the last minute against the 8-9 Buccaneers on Tom Brady's swan song game at age 45 that we were ahead in 31-14, and he got 1 sack in 4 playoff games late in that game in a blowout. And I was just laughing out loud going into the Green Bay at Dallas game on that Sunday night because everybody's predicting Micah's going to wreck the game. He's going to have 4 sacks. I'm like, he's never had 3 in a single game in his career. So 3 against Arizona was breakout for Micah. Way to go. You got 3 against Jacoby Brissett. I'm impressed. And so we had a Micah Parsons who in 5 games at Green Bay, I want you to let this sink in and soak in. He had 2.5 total sacks in his first 5 games in Green Bay. And the 2 sacks without the half were chase down sacks, ambush blindside sacks, in which he chased down Dak Prescott from behind and got a sack he didn't deserve because Dak clearly fell forward across the line of scrimmage for a yard gain and they took it away from him. That was not a sack.
Still sore about that sack.
And then in that opener, when the crowd is out of its mind, Micah gets introduced last in his first game, his debut in Green Bay. Late in the game, they're way ahead, and he chases down the statuesque Jared Goff, who has bolted the pocket and is trying to run to the line of scrimmage, and he ambushes him like a LeBron James chase down block. That's what it was the equivalent of, to get Jared Goff. And that's all you've got. So against Jacoby Brissett, I'm going to give you this. He actually had 1 late clutch sack because the game got a little bit dicey in the end. It was 27-23. And Arizona had it 1st and 10 at the Green Bay 26 with 32 seconds left. And to Micah's credit, I'm going to give him his prop. Not with an S on it, just a prop singular. He gets 1 prop, not props. But he did blow up the pocket, and he sacked Jacoby Brissett, and that was his first big time where I said, oh, well, that'll work. That was actually kind of like a Charles Haley sack, like a real sack. So I give him that one, and yet I'll close with this, and I'll let you guys fire away at me. But now I want to see what happens in a game of magnitude, because coming up this next Sunday night, we've got Micah's Packers at Aaron Rodgers' Steelers, and I want to see if he can get 3 sacks against the immortal Aaron Rodgers in a game that really matters, a game that's going to be really dicey, because I'm not sure they can beat Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh. So, Micah, way to go. Now you're it. Now let's see what you can do against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. I think that was a dominant performance. 10 total pressures, 5 QB hits, 4 tackles for loss.
10 pressures?
3 sacks.
Hi.
You know what? I mean, it was a dumb game plan from the Cardinals. Micah talked about it after the game that he's used to seeing 2 tight ends, getting a chip from a running back.
Thank you.
Out of 32 rushes last night, he was double-teamed on 11 snaps. They let him wreck the game. I went into games as an offensive lineman, and, you're going on Wednesday, and we're hyping up this guy, and there's a great D-end, and the offensive line coach says, we're going to block him one-on-one this week. You're in the back of that meeting room like, you're going to leave him versus him one-on-one? And that's what the Cardinals' game plan was last night. We're going to leave Jonah Williams. We're going to leave Parrish Johnson out on an island. Best versus best. Let's see what happens. Micah beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah.
I don't know how they didn't see him getting whipped and didn't get a chip, didn't get a tight end. You gotta muddy the picture for those really great defensive ends. You got to put a bunch of bodies on them. So I was pumped. That was a good deal for Micah.
I'm glad you said that. 46 passing plays. They blocked more than 5 offensive linemen 11 times.
11 times.
With this pass rush. 11 times.
And please point out there are other pass rushers in that
But what
front.
do you think is going to happen with Micah Parsons, who's got the most pressures or QB hits since he stepped foot in the NFL? And you said he had 1 clutch sack. Okay. Let's talk about this clutch. His first TFL was when they was in the red zone getting ready to score.
Mm-hmm.
He got a TFL on 2nd down when they were getting ready to score. You know what he did the very next play? As they were in the red zone, he got a sack. Stop points, okay? His next sack came in the red zone, okay? At the end of the game, what did he do? He got a pressure sack in the red zone, and then to end the game, he got a pressure sack. So without Micah Parsons, as you said, he was just only had 1 clutch sack. Without him getting multiple stops in the red zone, don't you think that they possibly would have scored more points? Is that not clutch?
You're saying that
Is that not wrecking a game?
2-5 Arizona. I'm impressed.
Is that not wrecking?
It was the opponent.
Didn't you just say it's the NFL?
It's the NFL.
It's the NFL team, right?
National Football
League. All right. But you said that he didn't do anything against Joe Flacco. And what team did Joe Flacco play for when they played them? Cincinnati, right? Mm-hmm. What is the issue we've had with Joe Burrow and his team?
Protection. Pass protection.
Okay. So clearly things can happen week to week.
Yep.
So you're saying it was because of the team. Don't you think if he's going to light somebody up, it's going to be against that O-line that has been getting Joe Burrow killed all the time? Yep. So it's week to week. Yeah, but look at when it happens. Yeah. At the end of the year, when they tally this up, you said he had 3 sacks, he never had 3 sacks, whatever. Okay. But wasn't it him and Reggie White that had 12.5 sacks to start their season? Does it say at the end of the year, do it say when he got them? It just say 12.5 sacks, right?
12.5 sacks.
All right, so he got the 3 sacks. But you know why this matters, why it's such a big deal? Is because of when he got them in the red zone to stop them from scoring. You said the sack against Dak. It was a sack to stop him from scoring. He is wrecking games. You may not think he's wrecking games, but he is a game wrecker. Because you know how I know? Because when we game plan, y'all know how this goes. What do we do in the team meeting? Get in the team meeting, offensive game wreckers defensive game records. You don't think on that screen every week is Micah Parsons?
I don't know what the Cardinals did because they just let him be.
They did what he said. They did what he said.
They were listening to Skip.
He ain't about nothing. They did what Richie said. They're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, we're gonna block him one.
After he's beating on one guy, you start sending more people. You start adjusting. It's called game day adjustment, and they didn't. Like, you bad at Micah for that.
I'm a lean on the 3-sack game, Skip. You downplaying that
like a 3-sack game.
How many 3-sack games you got?
One.
Okay, but you're a defensive tackle.
All right,
you're not an edge
Skip,
rusher.
I'm gonna get to the edges too. Like Lawrence Taylor right there, he got the most NFL history. He got 12 games with it. He probably played 20 years. I played with Von Miller. Parsons looked like Von Miller last night. That's how Von used to wreck games, pressures.
Yeah.
Crazy rushes, no sack, but he's in the backfield every play. That looked like prime-time Von Miller right there. But Von, he right behind Lawrence Taylor. He got 11 3-sack games. Your guy, Charles Haley, how many he got? Guess how many he got, Skip? He only got 3.
Okay.
He only got 3 3-sack games. But the guy who you mentioned, this is the best pass rusher in the world. In the world, Skip.
I saw Charles Haley wreck playoff game after playoff game. That first year they stole him from the 49ers. It's way before your time, but they stole him.
Okay.
And then it turned went around, came all the way back around to that NFC Championship game at Candlestick.
Who was in the secondary?
Charles Haley took it over.
Yeah. 3-sack games, he only got 3.
Okay.
But you're all about the playoffs. You always say, I need to see what you do in the
Haley
playoffs.
was a physical force. Like, Haley was out there.
Who was in the secondary? That matters.
Was Parsons not a physical force last night?
He was.
Yes.
He was, 100%.
He was in the backfield every play, Skip. Every play.
He was.
Even when he got double, he still was in the backfield.
Okay.
Right.
Like,
okay, he put himself on the hot seat, and it fired him up. He had to come to play.
And he put himself on the hot seat. You know what else he did, Skip? He got a holding call.
Hey, Skip, you know what I love?
He got a holding call.
Hey, but you know what?
He drew a flag last night. I thought the spotlight was going to kill him, but it actually helped him.
Yeah.
They didn't hold him as much last night, and when they did hold him, they caught the shit.
You know why I love numbers and facts? See, I got my handy-dandy notebook that I go to, and you look some stuff up. Okay, you said when he was at the Cowboys, he just got to Green Bay, right? Just got to Green Bay. Since 2022, you said no 3-sack games, he wasn't this and this. We all talked about he was getting in like single blocked, correct? You know who the most double-teamed player since 2022 is?
Ours?
Gotta be Micah.
Micah freaking Parsons. You know what happens when you blocking one-on-one? You get 11 plays where they double-team. Okay, 11. And the other ones, you get 3 sacks, 4 TFLs, 10 pressures, 5 QB hits, and 5 tackles. That's what you get out of Micah Parsons if you're going to single him. But he's getting double-teamed the most out of any player, including Myles Garrett. Okay? This is what happens.
That's the fact, Skip. He ain't just like waving and they saying he got double team. You could literally see 2 guys blocking.
Yeah.
And they mark that down as a double team.
So how did he have no quarterback hits on Joe Flacco for 4 full quarters in a home game?
I bet you if you go look, he got double team more than 3 times.
Double team.
By the way, Flacco lit up that defense in the second half of it.
Yeah.
Well, he did.
Skip, you deflected.
Wait a second.
We talking about Parsons. We ain't talking about Fluco right now.
Is Rashawn Gary any good?
He had a forced fumble yesterday.
Yeah, he's really good. Is Van Ness any good coming off the other edge?
Was it?
Yep.
Okay. Is Wyatt any good? Is Edgerrin Cooper any good?
Right.
He's surrounded by pass rushers everywhere.
Okay.
And yet he's not wrecking games until yesterday. I give you this is his best game of his career against the Arizona freaking Cardinals, a 2-5 team starting their backup quarterback who's now on his 7th NFL team. Way to go.
So what do you consider wrecking the game?
Congratulations.
Does it have to get the stat? You can't wreck the game by being in the backfield and speeding up the operation. You can't wreck the game by a quarterback. As soon as he drops his foot, he has to step up and move
Quarterback
the rope.
hits.
You can do all of that.
Hits. Maybe you don't quite get there. Maybe he gets rid of the ball and you don't get a sack, but you get a hit.
So if
That's
I'm
a
the
game
quarterback
wrecker.
and I have to roll out and speed up my operation, now we're in scramble drill.
Yep.
Who calls that? That's Micah Parsons. That's not wrecking the game.
Yep.
Because you're not comfortable.
What if a receiver had 0 catches, 0 yards, but I had 0 picks? Did I wreck the game?
Yep, you did.
I just want to know.
Especially if he's won.
Yeah.
Okay.
Richie, what do you think?
I think the thing with Micah is we see these flashes of greatness, and of course he exposes one-on-one matchups, but then we can't see him disappear for 2 or 3 weeks. We can't see him.
When haven't we seen him disappear, though? What game? Let's put it on this big screen right here and watch him disappear. I promise to God, you will not see him disappear. No game.
What does disappear mean? Because he don't have a stat?
Okay.
Yes.
He not disappearing. Okay.
Nah.
He not disappearing because that offense has to, all their attention goes to him. And you just said he got all these other pass rushers.
Okay, and so
right? That's not disappearing.
What's going to happen, because it happened every year right on schedule in Dallas, last 6 or 7 games, he gets worn down and worn out by the chip blocks, by whatever double team it is. He's not a physical force of a football player. He's not a Charles Haley. No. He's not a Reggie White. Reggie White was the You're Reggie White.
White is one of the most freakish people we've ever seen in life.
But he's 300 pounds.
not NFL, in life.
I got it.
There's nothing he couldn't do.
Yeah, but he's very different than Micah. Micah's slendery, sort of 245, 250.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, because he can fly. He probably
I've never
runs
seen nobody that explosive off the snap.
Von Miller, man.
And Von was ultra explosive off the snap.
Okay.
I've never seen nobody explosive like Parsons off the snap.
Okay, Von Miller was nastier than Micah. I don't think Micah's got that nasty gene in him, where he's a killer, a cold-blooded killer. I don't see it. I watched him.
Wasn't Micah Parsons the same dude that was trying to wrestle, sumo wrestle overseas? That's Micah Parsons. Like, this, what do you mean?
No.
Like,
because he loves.
He's a competitor.
I just want to see him keep it up. I want to see with the bars high, keep it up, keep balling like this. Like Skip said,
next week definitely ain't the bar, Skip.
He's got a ton of great pass rushers.
Move.
He's got a ton of great pass rushers.
Okay, I'm going to remind all you guys. 2 of his veteran teammates in Dallas over the last year called him out for prioritizing his podcast over winning football games.
That's the new age, though.
Okay. Well, is it?
Kid.
Yeah. Is it?
That's what the kids do nowadays, Skip.
Cold-blooded killer? Really?
Pastor Tan doing the podcast, too.
When was his last show?
Pastor Tan doing the podcast,
When was his last show?
MVP.
When was Michael Parsons' last show?
Lives for it.
I don't know.
I'm asking. You said we're going to see more of the same. They talked about his podcast in Dallas. We're going to see more of the same. When was his last episode? You know why you don't know? Because he ain't had one.
Right.
He's in Green Bay. It's football. We're not going to see the same entertainment. You know how I know Michael Parsons was all over the place? Because when I'm back at the Mavericks games and we going to watch RDP, Micah is right in there. He walking everywhere. That's not none of that is happening in Green Bay. He said last night when he got the game ball in the locker room, man, this has been extremely tough. Like, I'm trying to adjust, but y'all making it easy on me. You know what he's adjusted to? The fact that I'm not all out. I can't go here. I can't go there. I can't. When they break, there was video of Micah Parsons at the Texas State Fair because that's what he's used to doing.
Right.
He can't do that now, so it's all football. You're not getting the same Micah that you've been getting.
He a kid, Skip.
He's still young.
Something we got to get used to.
Okay.
Pastor Tan do a podcast. Like, these boys was born in 2000s. Like, they not like us, Skip.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll back Skip up on this one because I think the podcast was causing a riff in the locker room. There were certain comments and certain tweets, maybe aimed at Dak, maybe ambiguous, but that creates a rift in the locker room.
Of course.
And you know it was on his mind because the first thing he did when he went to Green Bay is he said, no more podcasts.
Yep.
He said, that I don't want to create the same distraction in Green Bay that we had in Dallas.
So how are we getting the same? So how are we getting the same Parsons then? If he's not doing the same thing, in order to get a different result, you got to do something you never done.
Yeah,
and he's not going to have a podcast.
He got
growing, maturing.
You caused the riff in the locker room before, right? You grew from it. You learned. I caused the riff in the locker room. I grew from it. I learned. Bro, in year 5, what are you in, Skip? Year 5?
Yeah.
But
year 5.
Like, you and I were in the locker room causing the riff. We weren't in a podcast studio where things are getting lobbed.
You and I was also born in the 1980s.
Right.
These motherfuckers born in the 2000s, they different than us.
I get it.
It's a live stream.
Seriously,
they live on the internet now, bro. It's different.
Think about what's happening. He might have caused a riff. But are we really worried about Micah Parsons off the field? That dude is doing little kid stuff. He's wrestling with a sumo wrestler. He going over here trying to see if he can outrun this person. And he's shooting over here.
But you're talking about your damn quarterback. Yeah, we worry about that. You can't be on the podcast talking about
exactly. He's not doing it.
But he was a kid. He learned from that. He learned. And the same time he did that, his ass had 14 and a half sacks.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to say this one more time. When these Green Bay Packers came to Dallas just 2 years ago for a playoff game that we were favored to win by 7 points, a home game as the 2 seed against the 7-seeded youngest team in the playoff, Green Bay Packers, with young Jordan Love at quarterback. It was 27-0 Green Bay before halftime. By the end of the game, Dak came back through some garbage yards in the fourth quarter. It was 48-22. I look across Micah's stats because I couldn't remember if he played or not in the game, and he had zeros all the way across. He got no pressures, no quarterback hits, no sacks, no nothing in a playoff game that I thought would launch us and that maybe for the first time in 30 years we'd actually get to the NFC Championship game. That happened. That's just wrong.
That's year 2, Micah.
Okay. All right. No, that's year
3.
3.
Okay, that's year 3, Micah.
Well, yeah, Skip never, he did cheers to Micah, okay? Give him a little credit. He gave him a little cheers.
One prop.
Yeah, that was it. He doesn't approve of Micah, but he got a little cheers. It's progress here.
Can't wait for next Sunday night, Micah.
Let's see what happens. But let's move on because we got to talk about that Giants-Broncos game. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Our boy Aqib was actually there because they were celebrating the 10-year anniversary from when you won the Super Bowl. Got all the boys out.
Yeah. Woo! It was a great day.
A little lead?
Yeah, a little lead, man. I should have took you with me, bro. That's my fault. I'll show you the videos and shit.
He holding the ring down here.
Yeah.
But I was sitting at home. I was a little worried. I'm thinking.
Yeah, you was worried.
Your Broncos were sleeping. They were asleep. They were not thinking Aqib Talib is up in the box because I don't know what happened. And then the fourth quarter came around, and that was electric. What a game. So much happened. Obviously, the late call with the Giants. So much happened. I thought the Giants were going to pull through. They did not. So, Aqib, how lucky were the Broncos to escape?
Lucky? There was no luck involved in this. When I left here Friday, I told y'all that shit gonna be in the air, right? It took a minute.
Yeah, the air was really slow.
If y'all would have got to see it unfold live and in person, it was a beautiful thing. My dog DT was there. You know what I'm saying? He blew a little extra point to the right for us one time.
Maybe.
Yep.
It was a beautiful time. It was a beautiful thing just to watch it unfold. But luck, nah, it was no luck involved in that. It was a lot of perseverance because even in the box, we sitting in the box and you could 19-0. Oh, they missed the kick. Oh shit. Well, all we got to do is we ain't never stopped believing in the box. We know they ain't never stopped believing on the field, and also it was execution. We made our kicks. They missed their kicks. We had great time management. They had terrible time management. You know what I'm saying? So we executed every second of that game perfectly, and they didn't. You know what I'm saying? So perseverance, execution. And then the fourth quarter that Bo Nix put on, it was amazing. It wasn't lucky. It was amazing. He 16 for 25, 174 yards, 2 touchdowns. 3 carries, 45 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 crucial 2-point conversion throws. That was vital to the win. It's nothing lucky about that. You know what I'm saying? He was also 3 for 3 on third down within that fourth quarter as well.
I think it was 2 for 3.
I think it was 3 for 3.
But he got a fourth down, right? Didn't they?
Yeah. You might be right, Skip.
Yeah.
You know, I had a couple cocktails.
I know.
I was enjoying myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the defense was kind of disappointing, right? I thought they would come play a much better game against Jackson Dart. They kept messing up right in the middle of the field with the pass offs. We passed off great all year, and we just could not pass off this tight end. Jackson Dart kept finding them in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
But they did. Justin Stranad did come up with a key, crucial interception, and immediately after that interception, we got another 3 and out. So when it counted, the defense showed up. They stepped up. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to the D. So we go back to this execution. The Giants, they should have ran the ball on third down, right? They up 10 points.
Yep.
You throw the ball on third down. You allow us to save a timeout. We get an interception. You allow us to start on the 20-yard line. That's a bonehead play by whoever running the show over there. You know what I'm saying? It's
Dayball. Yeah.
Terrible by Dayball.
Yep.
The very next series, right? They run the ball 2 times. Then we get to use the third timeout that we saved. After that timeout, they throw the ball on third down again. Now you done saved us about 50 seconds now. Now we get the ball 2:50 left instead of the 2-minute warning here.
Yep.
And then we get the ball back. So that's how you lose games. There's no luck involved in that. It's time management, bonehead decisions made by the opposing team's head coach. You know what I'm saying? So it's no luck involved in that. That's just bad execution. And then the perseverance showed up again. We get a bullshit PI call.
You did.
That was bullshit.
Like,
Agreed.
that was bullshit.
Yep.
A bullshit PI call. Boom, they score a touchdown. That's the one play Jackson Dart made in the fourth quarter was to stretch the ball out, score a touchdown. That perseverance showed up again. Bo Nix, 2 big-time throws, 2 key spikes. We execute the clock perfectly.
Yep.
On one of the spikes, we get an extra 5 yards because you sleeping. We got Burns sleeping back here. We hurry up on the ball and get an extra 5 yards to make the field goal that much shorter. So perseverance, execution won that game. Definitely wasn't luck.
You can't add to your point, and PTSD watching this game. First off, Burnsy, I love you to death, dog, but you can't come out the field yelling at, we dropped 8 and this when on that final drive, you were the one that didn't get back across. You had a penalty on that drive too.
Did.
So that's one thing. But PTSD for me, he talks about execution. Good teams know how to win the game. Bad teams know how to lose the game.
Yep.
2013, we go into Seattle, the 12th man, Legion of Boom. We 0-7. Mike Glennon is our starting quarterback. RP, my guy, Doug Martin. He got hurt. Mike James is our starting running back. This is the Legion of Boom defense. We talk about the greatest defenses of all time. They defense, Legion of Boom defense, 2002 Bucks, 2000. We could go down the list. We're the Buccaneers who are 0-7 coming into this game in their house. We go up 21-0 in the first half. 21-0. We lost the game 27-24. So that means when it came down to it, we didn't execute, and they did. And we had chances. We got an onside. We recovered. Penalty. Got negated. They drive the field. We get a pick on the goal line. Get no points. We get no points. We get the ball to start overtime. No points. And they just kept going down the field, executing when it mattered. Golden Tate, 71-yard punt return to get them in scoring range. They score. They getting 3 and outs. When you're a bad team, you find ways to lose. When you're a good team, you find ways to win. And that's all that happens, man. When I talk about PTSD watching this, I've been on a lot of, this has happened a lot. When you are in the game, you have a chance to win and you just find a way to lose. I think it's 2017. We playing the Patriots, Thursday Night Football. We lost 17-13. Our kicker missed 4 kicks. 4! And we lost 17-13. What happened yesterday? Lost by 1 point. 2 extra points missed. You just, it's not luck. You got to execute. And they didn't.
Yeah.
The good team executed. The bad team didn't. It was bad play calling, missed throws,
They went for
penalties.
2.
They
They should have kicked that extra point when they had 19.
Right.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And they went for 2.
They did.
That's
Another
what I'm saying.
bonehead
That's
decision.
boneheaded stuff, man. Like, no, it wasn't luck. The refs tried to save him, but,
I mean, this is a great comeback win for Denver to honor the.
It was the best in NFL history.
Yeah.
I mean, that was nuts.
Call it what it is, Richie.
Let me talk about the Giants because they gave this game away.
They did.
I mean, Denver sleptwalked through the first 3 quarters. They had the long game. They had the game in London the week before. They didn't want the bye week. They came back and they looked tired. They looked like they were sleepwalking through the first 3 quarters. Giants were playing with a giant chip on their shoulder. They heard Benito. They heard the boys talking shit, and that played big in the locker room. You saw the defense. The defense was out there talking trash. They were flying around. They were making plays. And then Dart shredding the middle of that Denver defense. Tight ends. Daniel Bellinger going nuts right in the middle of that defense. But this was about the Giants losing the game down the stretch. They reached the red zone twice in the fourth quarter, and they came away with 3 points. Poor clock management. They had 2 opportunities to run that thing out. On Monday, we could sit back and say, hey, in that situation, you should have been more aggressive. Turning around and handing the ball to Scatabo and slamming him ahead for 2 yards, probably not the best idea. I think you stay aggressive, maybe get some short passes, but you got to get the offense going. Turn around, hand it 2 times to Scatabo, and then throw it on 3rd and short. Dart gets his feet tied up, doesn't get enough on the ball, interception. I think that took the air out of the entire Giants.
It did. I was dead.
It took the air out of the defense. The defense was flying around, making plays. They were all over the place. And then as soon as that pick happened, it was like, oh, no, these guys are going to lose this game. Inexcusable. You know, the 3rd and 2 call to pass it. Then you come back on the next series, your conservative run. And then you throw it and stop the clock.
Terrible.
Bad decision-making down the stretch there for the Giants, and I was pumped, man. I was pumped for the boys in blue, the G-men.
I know you was.
I thought that they were going to get it. I thought I was going to come in here and talk my shit about Jackson Dart. He's a stud. I still believe in Jackson Dart. I still believe in Scatabo. I played for Dayball. I know he's a smart guy. I think it's a great learning moment for the entire team. And I hope that they can go get Dart some help on the trade wire. Hopefully, you know, like, I would think Jacoby Myers from the Raiders would be a great deal. I don't know if it's possible to get a Waddle or an Olave, but they got to get him someone else and support him a little bit better.
By the way, Jackson Dart did score in the red zone, though.
That's right.
Yeah.
He did score. Yeah, he did
lunged
score.
forward.
That's right.
So allow me to say, it's virtually impossible to distract me from a Cowboy game, but I had these 2 games on 2 big screens at one time, and I couldn't quit watching the 4th quarter knowing you were there. Because that 4th quarter is why the National Football League is our greatest game. Yeah. And I love the NBA, and I can't wait for the NBA to start. I'm all into it and all over it. But, hey, that was some special football that we got to witness because it was impossible what your guys pulled off. Even at home, even with you guys there, magic in the air, it was still impossible. And yet, this is just me and you played for Dayball, but I believe in the biggest picture, my biggest takeaway from this game, the Giants have found a quarterback. I don't know if he's going to be a superstar, but he's going to be a player for them for a long time. He's not a flash in the pan. He showed me some moxie and some guts in the 4th quarter because he made one big mistake, but he's a baby, and he got his feet crossed a little bit, and then he tried to get a little too fine with it, just drop it over, what's that, Stranad, the backer, and he just didn't get it up high enough.
Just wasn't enough.
Yeah, just didn't get enough on it. And it's a killer. It's a game loser at that point because you could just feel the tidal wave just came back on him. But Dayball will get fired eventually because of that game. He will get fired because of the clock management and just the strategy of the game, because a good team, a real team with a big-time head coach is not going to blow that lead. It's insurmountable because the clock is your friend. And yet they figured a way to do it, even though they did score 13 in the 4th quarter, which ain't all bad. But they gave up 33 in the 4th quarter, and definitely the defensive coordinator should be on the hot seat now, because it's just completely shamefully inexcusable. You can't give up 33 after you held them to 0 for 3 quarters.
Especially at last drive.
33 in a quarter? What? And you gave up 227 yards just in the 4th quarter. And if I do the math, if you gave up 227 a quarter, that'd be 900 yards for a game, which would be ridiculous. But now back to your points. So he does throw the interception, and they are in trouble. But here's my point. They do get the ball back, and this is with 3:45, and they go scattaboo, and they're trying to run the clock, and he goes 0 and 2. So now it's 3rd and 8, and now we're getting down to the 3-minute mark of the game. And Jackson Dart has Wandale in the slot on your slot corner, Jaquan McMillan. Is that you know him?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And Wandale gets a big step on him.
He do.
But he tugged him. He tugs him at right around 5 yards. He gives him a little tug, and it slows him a little bit, but he's still a stride gone. And Jackson Dart overthrows him by 5 yards. And my point is, if you're going for the throat there, if you complete that for either a huge gain or a touchdown, you're going to win the game.
Yep.
So it was make or break. This is 2:55 left now. He is gone. Go look at the play again. He is gone. And Jackson Dart just just airmails him. He's gunned up, juiced up, out of his mind. He's not afraid because there's no moment too big for him. It's not like he's choking, but he just over-adrenals it and just bombs away, and it's 5 yards too far,
right,
or we might be having a different conversation. Yeah. And then you got burned on the final last gasp drive by Jackson Dart. You got burned by the roughing the passer, which was not rough. I don't know where that came from.
Terrible call.
And then Riley Moss gets his head. If you turn your head, you're good, man.
You're good.
On an underthrow.
Terrible call.
It's a terrible call because who was it? Bo Collins, I think, is a receiver trying to go over the top. You got position, man. You're where you're supposed to be. You can't be in a better position.
Terrible call,
right? And yet, you know what happened? The officials got together and huddled on it for a second, and Sean Payton loses his mind and runs to their little huddle screaming at him. How dare you? And the curse words are just flying.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they immediately throw a flag on him. It reminded me of Barry Switzer in a championship game one time at San Francisco. You can't run out there. And he loses his mind. They throw flags. I swear they were talking about picking up the flag.
It had to be.
Okay.
There was a ref right there.
So if he kept
it was a ref
5
yards away from the play, say incomplete. Then the ref 50 yards away from the play, throw the flag. So
that's
something wrong. Man. That's something wrong with that call right there.
Yeah, but I think they're going to pick it up. But when Sean comes out there and they throw the flag on him, they're like, screw it, man. It's going to stay.
Yeah, it's on him.
So you get double jeopardy, and now Jackson Dart has a chance to lunge over the goal line.
Right. Yep.
And you think, oh, you're in trouble again. But one thing about Bo Nix, he's crazy streaky to me because he can go, because I told you going in, the reason I thought I'll take the Giants in 7 is your offense has been shaky, especially at home. Mm-hmm. It was ranked 20th in points scored going into the game. But Bo Nix can get crazy cold and crazy hot.
Yep.
He's very streaky. And once you got your the reason there was luck involved is you got 2 extra missed points, and they did go for 2 at 19-0 when just kick the point. Yeah. But it's mind-blowing to me. It starts, the whole rally starts with the misfires, like the Josh Allen play on the opening Sunday night when he hits Kincaid up in the hands and it goes back to Keon Coleman in the back of the end zone. Well, you needed a lucky bounce to get it started. But then they got a lucky bounce to cancel.
That was crazy.
But at least you got started with a lucky carom, right?
Yeah. Right.
Okay?
So I just want to talk about the superstar.
I knew you. He's been itching over here to talk about.
I want to talk about the superstar, bro. So
let's hear it.
13 points. That was pretty good. First 2 drives or first 4 drives. In the second half, let's see what the superstar did. First possession, punt. Second possession, touchdown. All runs. And Tracy Bruss for 40 yards. All runs. You completed a 7-yard pass. 7 other runs, one of them for a touchdown. Boom, touchdown. The next possession, a tip pass for a 40-yard touchdown. Whoop-dee-doo. The superstar got the ball.
Whoop-dee-doo. That's a touchdown. Those are points on the board.
Come on, man. What did the superstar do there?
Superstars get those bounce.
That was another interception. Hufanga, he didn't see Hufanga coming. Hufanga came, tipped the ball up. That's an interception you're throwing. Then you get guys who don't really watch the game. You see the stat line. Say, he threw a 40-yard touchdown. No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit, right? That's another bullshit touchdown. Okay, what do you do on the next? Now this comeback is starting now. What do you do next? Interception. What do you do next? Punt. What do you do next? A bullshit pass interference, reach over the goal line. He did absolutely nothing in the second half of that game.
Play calling in the fourth quarter.
He did absolutely nothing in the second half of that game. I saw it with my own eyes. I watched him close. I even put down my last cocktail so let me be alert.
You were alert after drinking all day?
Let me watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me really lock in and watch this shit. I even watched it again this morning on the plane. Let me watch it again. Bro, he did absolutely nothing. But when we took the lead and he had to come back and play quarterback, Pat Surtain drop pick. Afunganim, another drop pick. Like, bro, I watch quarterbacks. I study quarterbacks, man. If you labeling this dude a superstar, then I don't know what the fuck Bo Nix is. Simple as that.
Up and down.
Up and down.
He's a superstar because this Giants team was
currently?
left for dead.
They still left for dead.
No, they're not.
They 2-4 left for dead.
They got the juice.
Talking about
He's playing in
now
New
they got
York.
the juice, but
He's
they
playing in the
2-4.
big market. He is the reason why they are relevant.
They not relevant.
And Scatabo.
They 2-4. Why are they last in the damn NFC?
They went in there.
Why is they relevant?
They went in there and blanked their ass.
He went in there and
three
blanked
quarters.
the second half and lost the fucking game. Delay a game. He had 2 delay games.
He did.
He smoked the game.
Blaming
Him, the quarterback and the head coach smoked the game. It should have been worse because he threw 2 interceptions. Yeah. Before he reached over the goal line, he really threw another 2 interceptions. Our guys fighting over the pick.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
There should have been a pick.
We can't
2
crown
extra
that
points
shit.
did too.
I will not let us crown that in the gridiron. That's bullshit.
You're
the Giants
saying
not relevant. They're
All right.
2-4.
Let me have my turn.
Bottom of the barrel NFC East trash.
Let me
Leave
have
them there.
Let me have my turn. They went in there, they were blanking their ass. This is a hot team that had come back. Defense is flying around. The second half, they stalled out because they got conservative play calling. They were attempting to run the clock out, but they couldn't get it done. Turn around, hand it to Scatabo. Turn around, hand it to Scatabo. And not creative, just downhill double teams duo. Tried to make some plays to get down the end, but the play calling, getting conservative, them not running out the clock, that's what stymied his second half production. For the first 3 quarters of that game, he is a fucking superstar.
Did you see what he did in the second quarter?
What do you do?
He had a punt, and they had a all-run drive for a touchdown. He did nothing. So
So you're gonna blame play calling for what he did in the second
not
quarter,
gonna give him
but then
credit.
you're not going to blame play calling in the fourth quarter.
I'm not going to give him credit for a Tracy touchdown. I'm not going to give him credit for a tip pass.
You're not going to give him
touchdown.
for marching into Denver and blanking their ass and almost coming out with a win.
Who he blank? Who did he blank? We talking about
The
Jackson
entire
Dart.
Denver offense, the entire Denver team. Goose egg going into the fourth. They
Dart
had the
didn't
juice.
do that, though.
They had the momentum, and that's because of Jackson Dart. They had Russell Wilson. Guys couldn't relate to him. They put Dart in there. Look at the defense. Look at Burns. Look at Thibodeau. Look at those guys flying around to make plays.
Flying in the locker room after the game, pissed off again.
Denver
because they lost.
Denver talk shit. Your boys opened their mouth.
They did.
Bulletin board material for the Giants.
They did.
And they came in there and whipped that ass for 3 quarters.
And they came out, y'all came out crying, and we came out popping bottles. So who got their ass whooped?
I don't think Denver was popping bottles after that one.
Why wouldn't they be? They just said world history, and it's the best fucking comeback ever.
World history.
NFL, why wouldn't we pop bottles?
Because they got their asses kicked for 3 quarters.
All right, Richie,
Yeah,
can I say this? Okay. He is currently not a superstar. You cannot bless him as a superstar currently because what he's doing consistently is what he did yesterday. Go look at his games. When he came out versus Chargers, he come out hot, put up two buckets, stall out. Went up to New Orleans, 2 buckets.
Down here.
Who's he got catching
These
passes?
two together.
Wait, Richie, let me
Who are his wide receivers?
No, Richie, let me finish.
You don't care, Mr. Neighbors.
No,
He's throwing passes
listen.
to tight ends over there. He is making something out of nothing.
He is, but this is why you can't.
2-4 is still nothing.
And this is me who y'all clip this and y'all set me up.
Speak on it.
Listen, when I said he's a brewing superstar, one because of the market he's in.
That plays a lot into it.
He's extremely marketable. He's playing well right now, and who he's playing for, but his trajectory. But you can't stamp him now as a current superstar because you cannot play good to start the game and then stall out every single game. This is what's happening.
I would blame supporting cast. I would blame
You don't blame
supporting
him
cast.
for shit.
But no, listen.
This was superstars.
He has his
but
faults,
listen.
right? This is one of his first. This is his first little run as a rookie. What I'm saying is he gives the team life. Scatabo gives the team life. This team was left for dead.
You want to know what a superstar looks like? You remember that game we watched last week on Thursday Night Football with Pittsburgh and the Bengals? You seen that last drive?
Joe Flacco is a superstar?
Forget Joe Flacco. I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers, the 4-time MVP. Did you see how that drive went? He started out, boom, he scrambled, stepped up, he threw a pass, he threw a dot, it got tipped, okay? We come back the next play. What do? Boom, step up, quick little strike. What do? They get a penalty, go back. Right after that, boom, strike for a touchdown. That's what superstars do.
You know what else
It's not
superstars
about
do?
Who's
play
Aaron
calling.
Rodgers have on the outside?
But do you know what
Who
else
did he throw the
superstars do?
touchdown to? It wasn't DK Metcalf.
Freiermuth.
Freiermuth.
You know what superstars do?
Who was Freiermuth?
Tell me.
Superstars find a way to win when you're damn down 19-0 in the fourth quarter. They win. That's what superstars do. You know what non-superstars do? You find a way to lose when you up 19-0 in the fourth quarter. You find a way to lose that shit. That's the head coach and the quarterback.
Yep.
Y'all lost that shit together. That's what non-superstars do.
Defense didn't have anything to say.
Superstars find a way to win that game. The defense has something to do with Bo Nix winning.
Okay.
They got an interception and a 3-and-out. They had something to do with that. But it's a quarterback-driven league in wins and losses. You can't say when we lost, now it's not the quarterback.
We'll blame the whole loss on Jackson Dart.
Okay. Bottom line.
He had a lot to
I
do
need
with it.
your bottom line to this. Is Jackson Dart not the answer in New York?
He is.
No.
He's not the answer?
If the answer is 2 and 4, then y'all standard is lower than mine.
Starting out. The
Your standard is lower than mine.
He's missing his number one receiver.
What's the result? I don't give a damn if you look great taking that test. You look absolutely amazing. You came studied and you had notes and you had your glasses on. If you fail that motherfucker, you fail that motherfucker.
Okay.
Simple as that.
So if you're the head coach right now, you're thinking, I got to find another quarterback.
If I'm the head coach right now, I'm thinking, we still sorry as shit. Maybe it's the coach. I don't know what it is, but we 2 and 4. We bottom of the barrel NFC East again. But I can't say I got the answer if we still 2 and 4.
Well, they have the answer at quarterback. They have their guy.
If you build the team and you got a quarterback, are you not going to say, okay, we got a quarterback, now let's keep building
around?
All right, well, if I got my O-line is all first damn rounders. My D-line is all first rounders, and I'm still losing. What am I thinking right now? I got everything I need. Maybe I need to fire myself.
I just say there's a lot to build off. There's a lot to build off in New York, and it starts with Jackson.
They celebrated yesterday.
I'm thinking right now with Scatterboo. I know I got something with Scatterboo. Shit. He the one bringing the life to me.
They celebrated yesterday a Super Bowl, which is extremely rare to get. Who was the starting quarterback? His name is Peyton Manning. He's arguably one of, if not the greatest quarterback individually of all time. As a rookie, he threw 28 interceptions.
Led the league.
Right.
Okay, so if that happened in today's game, you know what people be saying? He ain't it. Get him out of there. That 28 interception rookie ended up being Peyton Manning. It's okay to mess up as a rookie.
He almost threw 5 yesterday.
Almost. Is not throwing them. He threw them.
Right.
Peyton threw the 28. And he became Peyton Manning. You can't say he's not the answer just because they're losing as he's a rookie.
I can't say that, bro. I'm a results-based opinion. That's what I got, a results-based opinion.
He's like,
if you're 2 and 4,
what are you, Lee?
we still don't have the answer. I can't say we got the answer if we 2 and 4.
The whole team does not have the
that.
answer, but you have pieces in place.
All right.
A lot of people got pieces in place, but the answer, no. I got A, B, C, and D. I don't got the answer yet. I got a nice. One of these things is the answer. I don't got it yet.
You got to pick one of them, but even on a Scantron, you got to pick A, B. One of them is the answer.
Exactly.
None of them is right.
Well,
shit, one of them right. I don't know what it is.
You got a quarterback, you got a running back, and you got a defense.
From a stale team that when that same
so what
guy
don't you have?
Offensive line.
You don't have wins. That's what you don't have.
The kicker messed up.
Listen, we went into this season, right? It was going to be Russell Wilson until it was Jackson Dart time. Russell Wilson comes in. He looks terrible. They look flat. Russell's chucking it around the yard, but they're not having sustained drive. They're not having success. You insert this kid into the lineup, and boom, they instantly got a chance to win every game.
So Bo Nix is
they won the first game.
Bo Nix is a superstar.
Okay, but well, I see where your baseline is.
Okay, well,
you ain't changing that baseline.
70% of the chat says Jackson Dart is a superstar.
70%?
70.
Superstar?
Hold on, let me write that down. Let me write that down.
But this is just the audience.
Let me write that down.
Okay?
70% of the chat is from New York.
So, okay.
He is currently a superstar.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
That's media persona. That's why I said he's going to be.
He's in the biggest market in the world. He's in the toughest market in the world.
That's why I said he's going to be.
And the record is 2 and 4.
They go hand in hand. You got to do it on the field, too.
Right, but listen,
I think
their record.
Isn't 70% of our chat Rob, our producer?
Yeah, it really is Rob. It's Rob. No,
Rob
it is
50% of the chat.
It's probably the media.
I'm over here voting on my phone.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on because I want to talk about another quarterback because Dak Prescott has shown up this year to play. This man is on absolute fire. 4 straight games with 3+ touchdowns and no interceptions. It's wild to see. But the Commanders didn't have their top 3 receivers. Lost Jaden Daniels early in the third quarter. So, Aqib, without Washington, all these receivers, Jaden Daniels, was the Cowboys run overrated, or
No.
you giving it to them?
I got to give it to him. It's the National Football League, and wins are too hard to come by. Like, so if you win a game, I don't care who you playing in the National Football League. If you win a game, you win that game. I don't care who they got. I remember when I first got to the league, right? I'm going against down scout team receivers, and I'm calling my brother after practice like, bro, this motherfucker, no name?
Cold.
Oh my God, he cold, bro. He killed me. I couldn't stop shit today. I just remember making those calls. So he has no receivers. It's the National Football League. We're talking about a group of 2,000 guys. All these motherfuckers is good. Simple as that. So whoever out there, that's who we play with. That's why they make the team. You know that, Richie? The backup guard is good. That's why he made it.
Right.
That's why 1,000 other guards didn't make it, because they wasn't good enough. It was a class of 2,000 guys. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care who out there. Dak came out, looked amazing. He had another 3-touchdown game, 0 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? The defense took advantage of the opportunity. Y'all don't got y'all starters out here. We're going to take advantage of the opportunity. They got 2 turnovers and a touchdown, 4 sacks. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take advantage of your opportunity, man. The Cowboys took advantage of their opportunity. They came out with energy. You see them juice before the game. They dancing, having fun. Dak gave a great pregame speech.
Yeah.
Let's go out here and have fun, man. He a real leader. He came out and put on a show, man. So you can never take a win for granted in the National Football League. It's too. You see the records right now. It's nobody 6-0. It's barely people 1-6. It's everybody's like middle of the pack. Everybody is 4-2, 3-4. Everybody is right there, bro. It's so even that it used to be like 5 quarterbacks. These are the guys.
Right? Yep.
Every team got a fucking quarterback right now except for the Giants.
That's crazy.
I just do it while Richie here.
70% chat.
I just do it while Richie here.
70% chat. I'm riding with you. Let's go, G-Man.
Hey, but even to Key's point, no win in the National Football League is overrated. You know why this one's even more not overrated? It's a division game.
Tough.
Right.
You know who's most people would consider the best team in the division? Philadelphia Eagles. One of those losses they have is a division game. So we have to keep winning in our division. They beat the Commanders. They usually split with Philly. Okay? Now they got to play the Giants. This is a very, very important game. Now, when we talk about the performance as far as leading towards the playoffs, there's a lot in this game, if you break it down, that you don't hang your hat on. Yes, they had 4 sacks, but also you got to look at Jaden Daniels. He had more time to throw yesterday than he's had the entire year.
Yes, he
so
did.
if you go look at that, if we're going to take that mold and move forward with it, that ain't going to work. That's not going to get it. They gave up 136 yards rushing. The average is 141 they've been giving up. So, okay. It's basically the same thing.
Yep.
So you don't want to ride home with that, but underrated? No. You don't underrate wins. A win is a win, but you do have to gauge it. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep saying this. Never accept in a win what you wouldn't in a loss. If they lost that game, you're going to say, well, the pass rush, we got to get home more. Well, we got to do this more. We got to do that more. But underrated, no. It's a division game, and winning games are hard to come by. They just are. And they won the game at home, and they took advantage of their opportunity.
Yeah.
The backup came in, pick 6. That's what you expect.
Yep.
If the backup come in, oh yeah, we lighten him up. Forget the revolving door offensive line. Great. If I seen that, I'm looking at the scout report. They got Richie. Yeah, I'll rush against Richie, but I'm gonna go against dude who's the backup. I'm gonna just rush him all day because I know I'm gonna have a battle with Richie. But that dude, I'm gonna light him up.
Yep.
That's what they did. That's what you're supposed to do. Take advantage of your opportunity, and that's just what they did. So no, it's not underrated. 1, because it's hard to win the NFL, but 2, it's a division game.
Yep.
But all the different things that happen, you got to look at those and understand that's not going to work moving forward.
Ready, Skip?
Yes, sir. I know what you're going to say. I've been waiting.
Been waiting for it?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Overrated.
Oh my God, you break my heart. No, I'm gonna agree with the boys. There is no overrated win
Hey,
in the
Skip,
NFL.
man, drink to that.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
To the guy.
Cowboys!
To the boys, man.
No overeat wins the NFL. It's hard to win. It's hard to win consistently. I mean, like Aqib said, these are studs. These are the best football players in the world, and that's why we say any given Sunday.
Yep.
Because any given Sunday, anybody can be beat. And for the Commanders, you got to roll out the 53 that you got healthy, right? I would have loved to see Debo and McLaurin get a shootout, but this was a great win for the Cowboys. Dak is playing out of his mind. All the talk we've had is they lost Micah Parsons. Well, let's talk about George Pickens. This dude is a beast. I mean,
Monster.
Possession receiver, throw the ball up anywhere near George, and he's going to come down with it. CD's back. He looks great. Dak is playing the best ball. Skip, would you say Dak's playing the best ball of his career?
Ever.
Yep.
Ever.
Ain't even close.
looks insane.
Raising the bar
Yes.
each week. And they know they have to go out and score a ton of points. They got to go out and score a ton of points because the defense is bad. Defense has been hearing that. Couple red zone trips for the Commanders. There was absolutely zero pass rush. But the defense got involved. Strip sack turnover.
Yep.
INT, pick six.
Yep.
That's playing complementary football. That's playing team ball. Defense got involved, making big plays when needed. So I was impressed with the win.
I am shocked that all three of you didn't disqualify this win because I thought each of you would take this or that or this or that and say, I don't know about that or I don't know about that. But by acclamation here, I'm going to put the big exclamation point on this because I'm going to say this again. I'm going to say what I said going into this year. I like this Cowboy football team. I liked it. I loved it going to Philadelphia. And the greatest, most painful irony of the whole year for me is that CD dropped two big passes in the fourth quarter, or we're going to win the game at Philadelphia and make an opening Thursday night statement. Then we lost CD on the first offensive series at Chicago with him carrying the freaking football. And we just collapsed. I don't know what happened, but I still don't know how we lost at Chicago, and I still don't know how we lost at Carolina, but it was a lot of Rico Dowdle getting even. But to their credit, they got back up off that mat. It went to the buzzer, went to a walk-off field goal, and they said, okay, division game, watch this. I saw firepower yesterday flash everywhere, even some on defense, and I still say that the individual talent on defense is way better than it has played under Eber Fraud or Eber Fluke or whatever we want to call him. They did play man yesterday, and they played it about half the time, which he was under fire to do, but they did it without Trevon Diggs. And I love Trevon Diggs as a talent, but he wouldn't buy in, and so I think there was a weight lifted off the defense yesterday without Trevon. Again, am I saying they're better without him? They're obviously not. And
he the reason they played so much, man, yesterday. He was the only one who would come speak up.
The whole game plan was geared for the guy who allegedly fell down at home and hit his head. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure I'm buying that, but whatever happened, happened. Okay, well, I don't know. But he was in concussion protocol, and I'll just say, I hope he comes back with a better spirit, just a better where maybe he needed a week off, maybe he needed a week away, and now we're going to Denver, and I'm going to get to that in just a second. But Dak Prescott is different this year. To your point, leadership, he just carries himself differently, like he's in command of the whole show. Right. He's in command of the locker room.
Yep.
And the sideline and the huddle in ways I haven't seen him command it before. His body language is different. His speeches are different. They're more with conviction that I haven't heard. It's like in the past when he gives a pregame, it's like he's trying to convince us it's going to be okay instead of believing this is going to happen right here, right now. His two receivers with CD back, it's the most dynamic duo in football, and I give you Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, but T doesn't fit in this conversation. These two together, there's no more explosive duo than these two because they can beat you so badly so many ways. And Pickens is the best. I said it when Jerry stole him from Pittsburgh because Mike Tomlin just finally said, more trouble than worth. He's not going to grow up here. Maybe he needed a change of scenery, and he got one. He's the best deep ball catcher in football. He's the best flag drawer in football because he's going to get a couple of game on deep balls because you just can't cover him because you know he can out jump you, out high point you, just out guess you for where the ball. He'll beat you to the spot where the ball is time after time. Yeah. He's a hard cover, especially if you get him in single. And with CD, you're going to get him singled on deep throws. Now Dak, you just see him, and he just lets it fly. Just throw it up high and let him find it and go figure it out and maybe get the flag. I have a running back who runs his ass off.
Yeah, you do.
He just does. Javonte Williams, and it's going to be very interesting to see if he's got a little bit of Rico Dowdle in him as he goes back to Denver to say, I'll show you that you got rid of me before you should have gotten rid of me. And my defense yesterday, I saw little flashes here and there because Kenneth Murray looked like he was back at Oklahoma playing linebacker. And you know him from, he was flying, and you said he didn't get there on the near, where he was going to get his hand on the ball at Carolina on the 4th down throw, but he looked quicker yesterday, and he had 9 tackles and a sack. And that Shamar James, they got him in the 5th round from Florida, and they say he's the most athletic blitzer we have. And I'm saying, then utilize. But he's on the field now, and he was the one who turned the game on Jaden because he just busted loose up the gut, A-gap, just and it took my breath away because he was on Jaden before Jaden knew what happened. He twisted him, and Jaden pulled his ham, and I don't know what's going to happen. He's going to get an MRI today. But I saw he got the sack and 9 tackles, so that works for me. And then Deron Bland is back with you know how contagious pick sixes are. I can't even explain what happens, but once you get one and you get a taste for it, now you're looking, and now you're starting to get up on your toes a little bit more, and maybe you get another one because he gets them in bunches. And then Clowney, I said his tank ain't empty yet, and he was flashing yesterday, and he had 2 knockdowns. What is he, 6'5"? He can get up. I'm not saying he's Micah, but once upon a time he was, and I think he's still got a little bit of flash and dash left in him where he can make things happen. And then Ezra Ruwaka, we've talked about him, the kid they drafted in the 2nd round, he had a sack. So I'm starting to see things where there's too much talent not to come together and be just decent.
Right.
And if there's such a thing in this era of winning a championship with an offense as opposed to defense wins championships, this offense is the most explosive in football. They're still not quite ahead of points per game because Indy's still at the top in points per game. It's 33-32, and Detroit and Dallas are at 32. But listen, when they're right and whole with CD, you just can't. They've played 3 home games and gone 40-40-40. I mean, that's huge. That's all time, man, to me.
Yeah.
Where I can sort of count at home, but they got a real good chance of hanging 40.
Yeah.
And now Washington, I don't know what's going to happen to Jaden, but they go at Kansas City, Seattle, and Detroit. Man, if Jaden can't go and it's Mariota, I don't know, man. Maybe they start drifting back in the pack in the division. And then we've got a game at Denver. And I've just chalked it up as an L all along. And then I was shocked last night. It opened as a 3-point game. So they're giving Denver 3 for home field, but they're not saying it's 5 or 6 or 7. They're saying it's kind of level playing field here. Yeah. So do you think Javonte's got a little something for Denver?
Well, he should. He ain't do shit for us. So
well, that's true.
Hey,
I love
you got yourself out of Denver.
Yeah.
I love what Javonte and the offensive line did yesterday because they got their guys back on the offensive line.
They did.
They were physical.
Yeah.
They went downhill, and Javonte's a tough runner.
He is.
He is a tough runner. He ain't afraid to slam it up in there. 19 carries, 116 yards, 1 touchdown. That's a stat line. That's the offense coming together.
It just works where we haven't had that before. Even with Rico Dowdle last year, it wasn't like that.
No, it wasn't like that.
Hey, Rico had a good game at the Jets, yes. So maybe he's found him. So maybe he needed to change his seam.
Right.
And you still have the Cowboys in the playoffs, maybe. You're holding on?
I just do.
Okay.
But they're going to have to go. They're going to have to take off.
Before we move on, man, you be giving my guy Aqib a hard time
For what?
all day.
Can't nobody give me a hard time
today.
today.
He started, whatever. I got to give. We talked about Parsons and how he don't wreck games and how he don't, he not clutch or whatever. You said how Dak is different and he just playing different. Hey, can we put these pictures up here? Do y'all got those?
Oh, Gerald got something up.
Y'all ain't got them?
Oh.
Okay. So I don't know if they'll be up there. But there was a play yesterday where Dak had to pick up a first down, and he ran. There's two defenders with a lot of space.
I know the
play?
Yeah.
And he ran and got
He did.
You remember that play versus the Packers?
Yep.
Where Dak was running and you said, I just don't. Micah didn't really. Didn't that game end up in a tie? And if Dak goes right there without Micah there, don't they score?
They score.
Cowboys win.
I already said he said.
So Micah, I wish we had the picture so you could see.
Okay, I know the play. I know both the plays.
You be saying Micah don't be. I'm just saying, Skip.
Okay.
Like he the reason y'all ain't got an extra win.
Okay, Edgerrin Cooper would have rocked Dak before he got to the 2-yard line.
That was Bobby Wagner he ran through yesterday.
And Edgerrin Cooper missed. I'd say it again. He missed 5 tackles that game.
And that was Bobby Wagner he ran through yesterday. So I'm just saying, Skip, you can't, we got to.
So you're saying we miss Micah Parsons.
The offense is very explosive, Skip, but we know what's going to hold the Cowboys back. That defense is going to hold you back every time. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see flashes. I said the players on that defense is great, but it's not a quick fix.
Do you remember DeMarvion Overshown?
Yeah, he coming
back. What he can do?
He back, right?
Yeah, he should be back in a couple of weeks.
He'd probably be on a play count. Greenlaw was back for us, but he definitely was on a play count.
Maybe.
He played 20 plays for us.
Maybe. He's coming off total knee reconstruction. But they say he's way ahead of schedule.
Defense
is
not a quick fix,
though.
It's just not a quick fix, Kip. It may look good, you know what I'm saying, at home against the Commanders one week, but it's just not a quick fix, man. When you play real
Diggs, Bland, Hooker, Donovan Wilson, Overshown, Kenneth Murray.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden you got Clowney.
They got the guys.
Yeah.
I never said they don't have the guys.
Yeah.
The guys still don't believe in what Eberflus is. Diggs called the defense from home. We need to play more man. Like now we come play more. Like, bro, it just don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So I like them to maybe finish in front of Washington. But the thing is, the NFC East only going to send one team to the playoffs. That's it.
Well, that's not true.
NFC East going to send one team to the playoffs this year.
What about the wild card?
Because we're going to be the wild card.
Yeah. You have a 7% chance of getting the wild card.
7%. Hey,
7%.
That's enough for
But 7% is something.
That's enough for
Hey, we had a 7% chance to win yesterday in the fourth.
Shit,
we got it done
And you
right.
did it. And you did it. So we're holding on to that.
There was one point mid-fourth where you had 4th and 3 and it was 0.7%.
Yeah.
0.7, like under 1.
Under
right?
Like,
okay.
Hey, then Dart threw us an interception, and here we go.
Fuck.
All right. Let's move on. So let's talk about the Eagles because some of us were a little concerned. I know we've been talking a lot on the show about there's been drama on the offense, not throwing the ball. But yesterday, Jalen Hurts decided to show the fuck up. He threw for 326 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, a 79-yard dot to Devontae Smith. Gerald, did the Eagles get back on track? Is this the Eagles?
Yeah, it's not yet. It's simple. No, it's not.
Not yet?
No, it's not yet because you can't have multiple games of this happening and then you do it once and we say it's back on track. You know how I know that? Because they asked Devontae yesterday after the game, are you guys fixed? And he said, not yet. You know why? Because that guy that takes the handoffs, they still can't get him going. That's the Eagles that we know. Did they win yesterday? Did Jalen play great? Absolutely. Did the receivers get going? Absolutely. Did the defense take the ball away twice? Absolutely.
Yep.
But the Eagles that look like the unstoppable Eagles is the ones that can get the run game going. That's not a knock. Yesterday they played great. And I think what happened yesterday is it was more so than the play calling than the players just doing what the players do. They knew like that play to Devontae, he called it. That wasn't he had to beg. If you go listen to the interview, he said, I went to everybody on the offense trying to get that play called. But why does he have to do that? But he did, and he got open. That Isaiah Rodgers,
like that sometimes.
That Isaiah Rodgers, he's a sucker for a double move. Because that play, that big bomb, double move.
Well,
that
they
last
know,
play at the end of the game, that play, he was a former Eagle.
Yeah,
They knew that,
They know.
this guy's a sucker for a double move. That play, Devontae for the touchdown, that last play to AJ, sell the slant and go. He bit on it. They made the plays necessary. Jalen did what he does best yesterday. playing off schedule. He's really good off schedule. So we do something what we call a scramble drill. So if your first read is not there, now you're running around. If you notice, the first touchdown, he sent AJ. AJ was sitting, and he pointed, threw it to him. That one comeback that AJ had, he was running, called him back, and he threw it. Jalen just played great, especially when you're going against a Brian Flores defense that is known for blitzing and drawing up all these exotic blitzes, where Jalen has struggled is against teams that blitz a lot, especially exotics. Didn't bother him yesterday. Made the throws that was necessary, and they got the job done. I don't want to overgauge this, but no, this is not the Eagles are back on track, because when they start getting that run game going, then it opens everything up. That's when it opens everything up. But did they play great yesterday? Absolutely, because you lay an egg like you did versus the Giants, then you got to go on the road again, and supposedly it's a revenge game for the quarterback that will set the Vikings. You know, that's easy to lay another egg, but that's not what they did. They came in and played like they know how to play and got the win.
Yeah. I love what I saw yesterday. They decided they're going to air it out. They're going to get him under center. They're going to play action. He connected on some deep bombs to those guys. And what was more impressive was his scrambling.
Yeah.
Manipulating the rush, getting the guys to go this way, extending the play, connecting downfield. I think they found their way in the passing game. The run game, still concerned.
Yeah.
They have a great record, and they're doing well. What I see in the run game is the offensive line's banged up front. They are hell-bent on running a wide zone scheme. They want to get Saquon going on the edges, get those big boys out in the zone game, toss it to Saquon and run wide zone. But when you run wide zone and you're not good at it, you got different bodies in there, everybody's on a different level, right? People could shoot gaps and get penetration. Well, they tried to go to a double team, man type duo, stuff like that. Get some double teams on the guy. I saw the same thing. Just guys on different levels, can't get them going. They got to get Saquon going to have sustained success. But them airing it out yesterday, I really like what I saw.
Yeah,
Shouldn't have been on the cover of Madden.
The question is did they get back on track? And I think they did. I feel like last year, who gives a fuck about last year? They ran the ball, and that opened up their explosives. You know what I'm saying? So this not last year. This year, they're going to try to stop your run. So now it might be different this year. Now you got to hit your explosives, and you get that one guy out the box, and that opened up your run game. So what they've been doing the first couple of weeks, they've been missing those explosives. Now, we talked about it on Friday. I said I think they hit some of them explosives this weekend, and they did. So when you hit explosives like that, he up top, double move, he up top. What we do on defense, shit, we got to start playing too high. And now Saquon got one less guy in the box. Now he opened up, you know what I'm saying? So that's getting back on track to me. And I think one of the most important things we're not talking about is they tried at least this game. They gave him the ball 18 times.
Yeah.
So at least they tried to get back going on the run game. Before it was 6 carries here and 12 carries.
Yeah.
They're not even giving them the totes. So I think if they keep playing the way they playing, it's only right for the defense. You gonna back up. If you got you say Jamar and then CD in his game, but shit, you can't forget about these guys neither. You got AJ and Devontae. They dangerous as hell too.
They are.
And when you got guys like that, it calls for 2 high safeties. And when you got 2 high safeties, that calls for 7 in the box. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you get back on track. Like you said, we know him as moving that pocket, manipulating that pocket, getting the ball downfield. They did that yesterday. That looked like an Eagles team that we've known in the past. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was running deep shots, deep balls, that looked real similar to a championship team. So they got a turnover on defense. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even mentioned the defense. That defense is pretty good too. If they won the chip, it had a lot to do with that defense. I feel like the defense got back going yesterday. Got a turnover, scored a touchdown on defense. That's getting back on track. That momentum flows. And we'll see how it flows into this week. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm going to disqualify this Eagles win. And I was stupid enough to pick the Eagles to win this game on Friday with my heart over my head because I knew what I was doing. I was betting on Carson Wentz. And every time I watch him, I wince. I'm like, wince. Like, I said it his first year. I just don't like the way he plays quarterback. He's got all the tools. He's prototype, 6'5", 250, big arm, big, strong, strapping kid from North Dakota State. And he just has no feel for playing the position. He has no consistent command of his accuracy.
Right.
You just close your eyes watching him because he'll make a throw and then he'll make just a mind-blowing mistake. And you say, what was that? So I'm putting a big asterisk beside this win, even though Jalen he's never thrown the ball better than he threw it yesterday. I mean, when you only throw 23 passes and have 326, it's hard to do because that's just explosives everywhere.
Explosive.
You're just exploding. Every time you drop back, you complete 19, and 15 of them are explosive, where you're like, what? Even down to that last play, I thought Minnesota had one last hurrah, one last chance. It's 3rd and 9. And he's like,
shut.
I got AJ over here on.
Gave him the little signal.
Yeah, just a little. And just dropping dimes, man. Just everything was right on the money. And I was a little disappointed in Flores, and I didn't count the blitzes. But he didn't go after Jalen the way he usually goes after a quarterback, and I don't know why. I don't know what the idea was.
Because he's smart. It fazed some quarterbacks.
Okay.
Hurts don't get phased by all that blitzing and
he
shit.
doesn't.
They got a veteran
Yes,
O-line.
he does.
Okay.
What?
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
He
I don't
struggles
know.
against the blitz. That's been his Achilles heel.
Yeah, I don't know
Blitz.
why,
Hey.
but
Well, why they ain't doing it?
They do.
Who he
do it.
struggled
That's when he
against?
struggled.
But show me the Achilles
He had
heel on tape.
0 yards against Tampa in the second half because of the blitz.
Yeah.
He's been getting lit up by Tampa every time they play him.
Yeah, they go
because
after
of the
him.
blitz.
They
when
do.
anybody lights him up, it's because they blitz
Todd
him.
really goes
Man.
after
It's
him.
because they
He
blitzed
really
him.
does.
Yesterday he played great. He played great. I'm not taking it from him, but he does
Yeah.
struggle with the blitz.
Okay.
I
now,
don't see it.
now back to Carson
I seen him win a chip.
Okay.
The Chiefs blitzed him. I seen him throw for 300.
They did. Okay, Carson Wentz. They have the ball 6 times yesterday in the red zone, and they cash 1.
Yeah.
1 out of 6, you're going to lose a home game. That you only lost by 6 points is 28-22, and even on the late one, it's 3:05 left. It's 3rd and 2 from the 15, and he's got Hockenson wide open in the end zone, and he really missed him, and Hockenson made a really good play on the ball.
Yeah,
and
that was great.
he scoops it and goes underneath, and I thought he caught it. I thought
a catch.
he as he rolled, he lost it for a second, but he didn't lose the football. He controlled it again, and they called it a touchdown, and then review canceled it.
Could have went either
Yeah,
way.
yeah, but I thought it was a catch, but whatever. It was a terrible throw because he just they blew it completely. They're playing zone, and he just sat down right in the zone, and Carson has plenty of time. There's no pressure. There's no Jalen Carter. There's no blitzer, and he just missed him because that's what he does. So he throws the pick 6 when he does have a rusher in his face, and he can't see Jalix Hunt. Okay, it's just what he does. And then deep in his territory, throws ridiculous. You can call it a punt interception, but it's just what he does. And they had chances, and I look at his numbers, and he threw for 313. You say, that's pretty good. Except if you go 1 for 6 in the red zone because you kept getting there, well, you're in position to close deals, man. You can argue you put yourself in position to win the football game, but you just have to cash.
Yeah.
If you go 3 for 6, you win the game in the red zone. They go 1 for 6. So it's back to Saquon. You made the point. I mean, 18 is fine, but 44 ain't right, man. It's not what you used to do. I mean, that's 2.4 a rush. So he's averaging 50 yards a game rushing the football, and he was 125 a year ago. That's not back on track to me. Jalen got right, and the receivers had to be real happy last night because they were eating all day.
Well, I just want to. I love the adjustment. Like we could get into their scheme and all that. I love the adjustment because last week they played the Giants. They were getting blitzed, and everybody said AJ is open in the middle of the field. He's open. Just throw it to him. He's one-on-one. Throw it to him. What did they do yesterday on that touchdown? The last touchdown they got. Seen the blitz. AJ was one-on-one. He looked, signaled to him, I'm going there. Because now he said, bro, it's still AJ Brown, still Devontae Smith. They're one-on-one. Just give them the ball. Just give them a chance. That's a great adjustment that they made, and he just gave AJ his chances yesterday. He's one-on-one over here. Isaiah Rodgers, yep, I know he liked the double move. Gave him the signal, slant go, got him, game over. That touchdown before, Devontae called his shot. Just give him a chance. I love the adjustments that they made yesterday.
They did that all year, though. He's overthrown the same explosive.
Yeah, he has.
We missed
they
him.
weren't connected
Or they
on him.
caught him and it got called back for a flag. So they didn't just magically just start hitting. Bro, they've been missing on explosive plays, and they just hit him yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's the Eagles that we know.
I think the difference in that game yesterday was the Eagles not establishing the run because Minnesota was hanging in, right? They got a lot of red zone trips. That's where they need, and again, I hate to critique the Eagles because they're playing great ball. They chucked it all over the yard. Finally, it was really good to see. But in a close game like that where Minnesota's going up and down the field, it'd be nice to hand it to Saquon, kill some time going down the stretch, be able to possess the ball more.
True.
And really salt that game away. And Minnesota was hanging and hanging. They got Wentz, and he's not great. He's not very fun to watch. But it felt like Minnesota was hanging around, and the Eagles obviously made more big plays. But the focus in Philly is they got to get Saquon going. They got to figure out what works this year. Because what worked last year is not working this year.
Right.
And they're searching for it. Yeah. They're doing a bunch of different stuff up front. They're trying the wide zone. They're trying the man double teams. There's just too many guys on two different levels.
Too many guys in the box.
Too many guys in the box.
Right.
Too many guys
in the box. I mean, you got one-on-ones on the outside.
Right.
So you throw the damn ball.
Yeah.
100%.
And it's not rocket science.
Right.
Well, what happens when it's not open?
Well, see, the
It's
thing
going
is,
to be open. That's why I paid it $25 million, $20 million.
What happens
We
when it's
one-on-one.
not? It ain't been all year.
well, then you
It
got
has been all year.
If it's not open,
It
then
has
you got to
been.
turn around and hand
We
the ball.
could make a highlight tape of the throws that he missed or the deep
know
balls
what the
that got
problem
called back for
is?
penalties.
You know what the problem is? It's this style of offense that everybody's playing in today's game.
Man, you know what the problem is? It's no problem.
No,
They're
it is.
5-2. There's no problem.
It's the style of offense. It's this offense. They played great yesterday, but obviously except Aqib, can all agree that they're not maximizing who they are, and they can be because they're overloaded with guys. But because of the style they're playing,
This shit crazy.
the style they're playing, and what they're doing is called true progression. And when people don't understand, I'm going to break it down and take this long. True progression is not reading a defense. When you say true progression, you go from one receiver to the other based off what the defense is in pre-snap. So when they're in this in pre-snap, when I go to one and it's not open, and then I go to two, I'm not going based off the shift of the safeties. I'm not going based off if this linebacker walked down after the snap. I'm just going to him to go to him. Then it's backyard football.
Right.
But if I'm reading him versus this, versus that, then everything opens up for this team.
Yeah.
But if they're blitzing and it's one-on-one and then that one-on-one ain't open, and this ain't just me talking, Devontae said, I don't care, we can sit here and talk all day. I'm going off what they said. Devontae said we wasn't getting open.
Right.
I don't care if it's true or not. He said it. So if you don't think it's true, don't say it. He said we got to get open in our one-on-ones, and that wasn't happening. It happened today. So I'm not just making this up.
I ain't making it up
He
either.
said it, so you can't say, "Oh, well, it ain't."
I watched Devontae open. Airmailed over his
said
head.
it.
Well, I know what he said, but I'm telling you what I seen with my own eyes. Devontae wide open airmail. Oh, Devontae throw it up, catch, explosive, flag, bring it back, illegal motion. Double move, another explosive. AJ, stop running on it. Like, bro, I see the explosive, they there.
That's
They just
what
ain't
I'm
been
saying.
getting hit.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
just ain't been
so
getting
what
hit.
happens when that one-on-one is not open? What are you doing then? You going to your next read. You're not reading the defense.
So the answer to that is, fuck it. They got 8 in the box. Minnesota plays single high all day. Just give it to Saquon and let him run and hit his head on the wall.
said it was give
Like,
it to
no,
Saquon.
bro,
And they took what they gave them. That's what I'm saying.
exactly.
They
We
played
gonna
great
take
yesterday.
one-on-ones all day long, bro.
They played great yesterday. That's what I'm saying. But we have a sample size of this versus sample size of this.
And
they played great yesterday. I'm not saying they got back on track because they did it one time.
It's so weird, Kinsey. Look, it's because the Giants are so good and they 2-4. And the Eagles are so bad and they 5-2. Like I don't watch the game the same as these guys.
You know why that don't work with me? Because
I don't watch the game the same as these guys.
You know why that don't work with me?
Like, I
Because
actually look at the win-loss column.
I started what I said with bad teams lose games and good teams lose. So I started with saying the Giants are a bad team. That don't work with me because I never said that.
Yeah.
All right, so are they back? Well, they better be because they get your favorite quarterback at home next Sunday. They get Jackson Dart.
Woo.
And we know what happened at New York because they got their clocks cleaned at New York. They got beat up bad at New York. I bet it won't be easy. I don't think they'll blow them out. They'll have to fight. It's a division game.
Yep.
And the Giants got to still be feeling pretty good about scoring 32 against that defense at Denver. So then they go to Green Bay, the immortal Micah Parsons next week, okay? So this is Philly, okay? They go to Green Bay, then they get Detroit at home, then they have to go to Dallas. Those are their next 4 games. So they better be back because they're going to get tested for those 4 times. And then down the stretch, they have to come to the Chargers, which might not be that tough now, but they have to go to Buffalo on December 28th. So that it'll be a snowy, cold game.
Oh.
And they got 2 Washingtons left. And I don't know what Jaden will be doing, but it won't be easy in those 2 games. So I'm just saying they better be back on track. And I'm rooting against them because I'm rooting for my team. But I'm just saying I don't know if they're going to run away with this division at 5-2.
Did you say you was discrediting this win?
Yeah, absolutely.
But you didn't discredit the Cowboys win?
I didn't.
What's the difference?
Okay, because the Cowboys have a horrible defense. And I saw flashes of decent. I saw decent. And the offense, I'll take the Cowboy offense over the Eagles offense any day.
There ain't a win.
Win what?
The Eagles
win a
offense
game,
looked like the
you win,
Cowboys
right?
offense yesterday.
Yeah.
This is
One day. Only one day they did.
That's it.
This is the reason when you live and die by the big play, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. When those big plays aren't there,
Oh, God.
what are they doing?
It's weird.
The one thing I wanted to see what them do is sustain drives. Keep the sticks going. They threw the ball all over the yard yesterday. They got those deep shots. That looks pretty. But with that schedule coming down the stretch, playing in cold Buffalo, playing in cold Philly, you have to possess the ball, you have to run the ball, and I need to see Philly get the run game going if they are going to make a deep run in the postseason.
All right. Well, we do have 2 games tonight, so I kind of want to dive into that. But first, today's show is sponsored by SeatGeek. You guys know we love SeatGeek. And everybody, you guys can use code 10 and get 10% off your SeatGeek order. So whether you're a new customer or not, it does not matter. Use it as many times as you want. Sports, concerts, festivals, you name it. The Lakers are back in action. So we have a lot of people looking at SeatGeek for the best deals. The Dodgers might repeat with the World Series, so I'm going to be looking at SeatGeek, getting myself some tickets to that. So they also have a thing where you can rate it from 1 to 10. So if you see on SeatGeek a green dot, it means it's a good deal. If it's a red dot, it means it's a bad deal. So no matter how many times you bought SeatGeek tickets, go use code Gridiron10 and support the show. So take out your phone right now, open the SeatGeek app, add the code Gridiron10 to your account, and we can get right back into the show because tonight we have got another doubleheader. They're loving that on Monday nights. It's been fun to do. So we've got a little matchup. I don't know. Micah and Mike Evans still questionable if they're going to return. What?
Mike's playing.
Mike's playing.
All right.
So get a little receivers for your man Baker, and he's going to take on the Lions. So, despite coming off of a Chiefs loss, the Lions are favorited.
You're funny.
Who's going to win?
Look at me, Skip.
I already know what you're going to say, but let's get into it. Bucks, Lions, I need predictions.
You know what I'm going to say, but go ahead.
Okay. Bucks, Lions, Skip.
Yeah.
You started.
No,
We know
Gerald.
We know who Gerald gonna pick.
Yeah,
we
so
might
y'all
get that out
talk.
the way.
Y'all talk. Go ahead. I got the
Aqib,
Bucks.
take it. Come on, be a man.
Why I want to go? I don't want to pick. I don't want to pick what everybody else picked.
All right, I'll
Okay,
take it.
let's-
I'll take
Richie.
it. I'll take it.
I got the Bucks.
We
It's
know.
going to be
Shocker.
hard. It's going to be a hard fought win.
Shocker.
Baker's going to continue to stamp himself as the current MVP. He's going to play well. It's going to be some ups and downs. Our defense, I feel like, is going to get a takeaway, a timely takeaway. Defense is not great, but we're going to get a takeaway that helps us
Okay.
give us an extra possession to win the game. But it's going to be tough in that environment. They playing great. This Lions team is just struggling to find a weakness. Third down, a little iffy. Red zone defense, a little iffy. But other than that, man, this team they playing great ball, and they play their best football in that place. However, I know we talk about last year, but last year we went in there with no receivers, no defense. They out more yards than us. We had 2 turnovers. They had no turnovers, and we still won, man.
You're
we
talking
know how
about
to
week
win in there.
2 of last year,
Week 2
right?
of last year. We know how to win
20
in that
to
building.
16. 20 to
Richie?
16.
We know how to
Right?
win.
Yes,
in that building.
sir. I'm riding with the Detroit Lions, man.
There we go.
I like Detroit with the home field advantage, but we got the Goff-Mayfield duel. Goff is elite when facing pressure, and you know Tampa likes to heat him
Yes,
up, right?
yes.
Goff will slice and dice your ass with play action, pushing the ball down the field. He's got one of the best receivers in the league, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I love the duo, Gibbs and Montgomery. I love what that brings them. Going to have to run the ball, be physical against that front. And then this would be a good test of Baker's MVP candidacy. Mike Evans, you say he's playing. Ibuka, that guy is his safety valve. That guy is Johnny on the spot. No Ibuka tonight. I really think that Baker has to raise his level of play and get the ball out. They got to get the run game going. They got to get a lot going. But without Ibuka, even if Ibuka plays, he's got a hamstring injury he sustained last week. I don't trust hamstrings on fast guys. Offensive linemen, I could play with a hamstring. But those guys out on the edge, it's a big deal. So I'm going Lions, 31-24.
Ooh. On me, Skip?
Go.
As much as I want to pick the Bucks,
You want to pick the
wanna
Bucks?
pick the
I
Bucks?
want to pick them.
What?
I really
I
do.
feel like you don't like the Bucks.
I
Like,
wanna
you
pick the
want to
Bucks.
like them?
And I want to pick the Lions. I'm kind of torn. The Lions' whole secondary is out. You know what I'm saying? Branch is out. Corners is out.
Yeah, that's true.
It's tough to get a win versus Baker without just starting secondary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what really got me torn. If the secondary was there, I'd be Lions like this. Without that secondary, I want to just pick Baker and then Baker going. But I don't know. It's a Monday game. Guys has been rallying on
They have.
primetime games. So I think this backup secondary rally and make a play or two on Baker. I'm going to ride with the Lions.
Let's go, baby.
I'm going to ride with the
And to
Lions at home.
Ooh,
And
he's shaking the head.
To your point, they do rally. The Bucks historically haven't been great on primetime. And last year, we had 2 O linemen out. Same way we do. We play with backups, and Aiden Hutchinson had 5 sacks. So
He's a beast.
that's a big deal.
I'm going to ride with the home team, man. They're going to bring the
y'all
energy.
speak a lot. Hey, listen, it's a lot of bias.
The
in my
backup's
pick.
going to make a name for themselves tonight.
It's a lot of bias in my pick.
I hope Gerald is correct about this, but I don't think you will be. So I'm going to be a realist this time. As much as I love Baker Mayfield, no, I'm saying Detroit will win this game.
Take the Lions.
Okay, so you
You know
want
how
to be
this
the
is
lone
supposed to
wolf.
go. Take the Lions.
Now, Kinsey ain't picking.
Okay?
You already
So-
the lone wolf.
Here's the point. So ESPN in its power rankings this week elevated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to #1. And I'm saying, I don't know, Baker's the runaway MVP at this moment. But that defense is torchable. It is ranked 23rd in points allowed. It's just not, it can't measure up to the offensive firepower. It's Dallas-y in a way, what they got going on. And
Hey, wait, hold up.
well, it's Dallas-y. It's Dallas-y. Maybe not like that, but the offense isn't quite as explosive as Dallas's is, but the defense is just a little bit better than Dallas's. But Vegas is saying that the Bucs are 5.5-point dogs at Detroit because Vegas is just saying, no, Detroit at Detroit on a Monday night, it's just hard to win there. And this team is significantly better at home than this team will be. So I love it that Baker went in there when nobody expected him to and beat them 20-16. Didn't throw for a lot of yards, but it was a defensive battle. 20-16 is hard to do at Detroit, and they did it. And it shocked me as much as I love Baker. And then I go back to the playoff game 2 years ago, and it was 31-23, and Baker threw for 379 and 3 touchdowns and a couple of picks. One was late, just a desperation throw when they were out of it. But again, will Baker play? Yes, he will. So it's going to be a shootout. And again, the Lions, they're going to be shaky. They're going to give up some explosive.
They are.
And I love Mike Evans being back, but I don't love Noah Ibuka because the wavelength between Baker and Ibuka was special, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like scary great.
Explosive.
Yeah. And so you take that away. So I still think Baker can score 30, but I think the Lions will score 33. So I'm being a realist about it because when we kept picking Tampa's the rest of the year, what are they going to be? Well, I had them at 13-4, but I had an L here because this is one where I saw the schedule before the year started. I said, they can't go win at Detroit. I mean, it's just too hard. Detroit's got too much firepower for their defense. So I hope you're right. And I'll be dancing tonight if they can figure out how to pull this off.
So you might as well pick them, Skip.
No, I'm not.
No.
Yeah,
What's the rule, Skip, to life?
I know.
Everybody
Y'all be killing me
pick
with
one
that,
way.
man.
You pick the opposite.
It's the secret to life. So go ahead,
secret to
please
life.
take you can take the Lions.
Oh man, I'm
Nah,
so.
take the Bucks. Take the Bucks.
I know. I'm gonna take the Bucks.
Yeah, Kinsey like
There
the
you
Bucks.
go.
I don't like the Bucks more than I like the Lions. I have Jared Goff as my quarterback on my fantasy team, so I want the Lions to do good. But I do think Baker is a better quarterback than Jared Goff, and I like what I've seen this year. I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I think it's, and we've been seeing.
There we go.
What I've seen is it's been some Monday night upsets.
Yeah.
Every week it's been a Monday night upset.
Yeah.
No upset.
So
If we win, we won because we the best team in the NFC.
they're
It's not
a
an
6-point favorite.
I don't care what Vegas is talking about.
Okay.
We
But-
going out there. We gonna go out there and we gonna show everybody we the number one team in the NFC.
The
Baker
defense
gonna
is
continue to
struggling.
play like an MVP.
Yep.
And there we go.
All right.
Coming here smiling like Aqib did.
We can't sleep on. We got another game tonight. And they're actually spreading them out nice, which
They
I
are.
like tonight. We can watch both, which is
exactly.
incredible. I'm here for that. But we got the Texans and the Seahawks. Seahawks are looking nice this year. Aqib, what do you got?
I'm right with the Seahawks.
Okay.
They playing good offense and defense. They 2 L's is against 2 good teams, the Bucks and the Niners. You know what I'm saying? So they are riding under the radar, in my opinion. They don't get a lot of love. They just win games. You know what I'm saying? They one of the 2
Yeah.
lost teams. I love how they play. I love the 4-man rush that they get. You can win a lot of games with a 4-man rush. Murphy in the inside, Lawrence, 9-9 out there, man. So I just like how they play the game, man. They got another explosive O-State receiver. They run the ball. I just like everything about Seattle, man. And Seattle is going to surprise some people. Not saying tonight will be surprising. They supposed to win this game. I think they will, but they're going to surprise some people late in the year. Remember I said this. How Seattle play, man, that's winning football right there. So I'm taking Seattle tonight for sure.
Yeah, I got Seattle too for all the reasons Aqib said. And don't be surprised if right at the end of the year we looking at Seattle at the top of their division.
I'm telling you.
Seattle's one of them, man. And it, like he said, those guys up front, that D-tackle tandem, they lighting people up right now. You got one of the best wide receivers in all the NFL. Sam Darnold has continued playing like he did last year. And this Seattle team, like Aqib said, is riding under the radar. And top to bottom, they just better than the Texans. I don't trust that Texas offense. C.J. Stroud still can't figure it out. You know, it's just the defense is great. Defense is great, but just overall, both sides of the ball, I'm going with Seattle at home. That 12th man is real. And
Yes.
It's gonna be on CJ neck. That 12th man is a real thing, man.
That's the first note I had.
Yeah.
I'm riding with the Seahawks tonight. The 12th man is real in Seattle. Those tree-hugging hippies up there, they get a couple IPAs in them, and they go nuts. That's like playing in a jet engine. I love playing in there.
Yeah.
I watched
Great place.
Nate Burleson take a touchdown back. I was playing with the Rams. Nate Burleson takes a touchdown back. They start playing Kanye West. I thought the fucking stadium was going to come down. It was unbelievable. But I'm riding with the Seahawks tonight because I really love Sam Darnold. I really like the way he's playing. I think JSN on the outside is one of the premier wide receivers in this league. They have great chemistry going. The difference will be in the trenches. I like Seattle's front against Houston's offensive line.
Yes.
Everybody wants to say C.J. Stroud's struggling, which he is. He's up and down. He's hot as cold. But they can't protect him up front.
Nope.
He's getting pressure in his face right away, disrupting the rhythm and timing. He can't get the ball down the field. So I'm riding with Seattle, the 12th man, and that defense.
Are they all tree-hugging hippies, the whole crowd?
I think 99.9% of
Really?
them. Maybe a couple dot
It's a
coms
requirement
in
to
there.
get into
It
the
is?
stadium.
I didn't know that. By the way, you go in Seattle? Yeah.
I know. I want to take the up. I think I haven't seen anything from Nico Collins or C.J. Stroud this year, but they have it and they can.
Here we go.
We got to stop letting Skip go
you
last.
guys get?
That's what I'm saying.
Can't just go
Hold on,
last
let me
every
see what
time.
Skip has in his notes.
No, don't
Let's
go
see
with-
what he has
don't
in his
switch
notes.
up. Go with what you got written on that paper.
Yeah.
I was on the fence on this one.
You were.
Let's just go out together, Skip.
Okay, here's the deal. Houston, off radar, very quietly, unbeknownst to most people, is number 1 in the NFL in scoring defense. Number 1. They have allowed the fewest points in the National Football League. That will translate on the road. So it has been a crazy Monday night-ish kind of year, Sunday night-ish, Thursday night-ish kind of year. I keep waiting for Houston to explode because CJ is way better than he has performed, as is Nico, as the whole group. Like, there's talent there that hasn't catalyzed yet. And I think tonight will be the night, especially since everybody here picked that. The secret to life is to go against what everybody believes. So I'm going Houston, very low scoring. This will be low score. This will be 17-14 visiting team.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yep.
Here we go.
All right, some picks from the arena. So you guys know we're going to be right back on this couch tomorrow finding out which one of us was correct. So we will see you guys tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. PST, 2:30 EST. We love you so much. Catch you on the arena next time.
Yeah.